What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Little Dicey Dungeons and fucking Dragons. This is episode 4 of Cold Cold Hearts. I have no idea if the audio sounds fine. If you guys can still hear the music, please let us know in chat. I don't even have the stream pulled up because I'm not good at my job.
Here, let me.
Are we low? Are we low? Can you hear me?
I might consider turning the music down a little bit.
Turn the music down? Yeah, that sounds about right. We could do that. We could do that. And we'll just bring it down a little bit right there. Everything sounds good so far. Thank you, DJ Fury 17. Music is a little high. Turn that down. Hopefully let me know if that should be good. Hopefully I didn't turn it down too much, but you know, we want to hear our voices. And then let me know if the video is in sync with the audio. Music is gone now. Sick. Cool, cool, cool. You turn it down like a little bit and then it just disappears. What about this? Hopefully that's a good middle ground. All right, so like I said, this is episode 4 of A Little Dicey Cold Cold Hearts. It is our mini-series as we take a slight hiatus from our main show, The Great Nelidian Crown. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, Matt, as he finally has returned from grabbing some food. Matt, we're live, brother. And yeah, man. So you're actually, it's perfect, just in time. If you want to explain to the crowd what it means for us to be an interactive stream, because that's what we are. You know, we're an interactive Dungeons and Dragons stream, and Matt can tell us all about it.
Yeah, we're an interactive Dungeons and Dragons stream. That means that you can basically act as a god. You can just make stuff happen. You can decide that today is not the 7th day and you're going to create life, and you do that by create an NPC reward, and just tell Sal a little about him. Give him a little fireside chat about the friend you want to make. Maybe a name of a class if you think that's appropriate. Give him a little spice, a little sugar, and see what appears right in front of you. Very powerful. Quite the aphrodisiac. I've seen it myself.
Oh yeah. Tell your friends.
That's right.
Hide your partners.
My computer was ringing a minute ago, and that really weirded me out.
Oh, scary. Well, speaking of channel rewards that Matt just mentioned, we actually just got a party drinks in the chat from our good friend Dominic Noble. Dom, good to see you. Thank you for jumping in. So party drinks, y'all. So that means you can, you could suggest to the party that we take a sip of whatever we're drinking right now.
How do you like that?
Garrett, why don't you tell us about your potion that you made today?
Oh, it's bad.
That's okay. Mine's bad too.
I kind of wanted us all to go around and explain it before we took our drinks, because what I did was I just grabbed 2 things from my cabinet and mixed them together.
Oh,
and
God.
it happened to be blue and orange curacao.
Oh, incredible.
And then I obviously put my fucking powder shit in there. It looks really cool. It's gonna taste fucking terrible.
That's so funny.
You could have decided not to do that, you know.
That's all right, you know. That's sometimes that's just how it be.
It's just like a wheat cough syrup. That's not bad, and I won't even get drunk.
I love that for you, buddy.
I'll grab
Garrett,
some rum later.
While you're choking on your lovely cough syrup, why don't you let us know what one of your favorite channel rewards might be? What, Jenna? What could you possibly want?
First of all, let the man finish choking. Second of all, they say the music's too loud again.
Again?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Who's they?
Well,
You back to being a little overpowered. Damn it, Dominic! You and your sensitive ears. Not for nothing. Side note: I've noticed that because I follow our friend on a couple social medias, but he's been in the gym getting jacked to the fucking tits, and I'm very proud of you, buddy. That's fucking awesome. Now you can pretty soon you'll be as big as Jamie and I, and then we can all wear tank tops live on stream. It'll be great. It'll be good stuff. Okay, hopefully the music is better there. So just constantly let us know in chat when the music gets too loud. You know, obviously it's going to crescendo for effect and all that stuff. So I'll do my best to keep a level head on that. But Garrett, now that you've finished choking on your cough syrup, do you have a favorite channel reward?
Usually it is the the party drinks. I will today say that DM drinks will be my favorite. DM drinks or DM chugs. I think
those are both
making
available.
your terrible concoction will be fun.
DM Chugs might not be available. I don't remember if I took that off not long ago, but it also could totally be. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
It is. It's 2,000 points.
Oh, great. So, excuse me.
DM drinks is only 750.
Yes.
DM chugs is 2,000.
I will be full transparency. If someone redeems DM Chugs, it's going to be bad later on, just for everybody involved. So
it's
maybe you can think
it's a
about
fun way to actively make this stream worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We like that. No. Okay, hold on. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now. I'll do it in the spirit of this, but I forgot to mention this to you guys last time because I noticed last time that a lot of you, in particular, my actual party, were redeeming things in chat. I'm pretty sure we talked about this. You're not allowed to do that. We've literally talked about this before. In combat, you're not allowed to redeem shit for yourselves. It's not fair.
Are we in combat right now?
No, that's what I said. I will do it.
Hopefully see combat against Sal.
All right. Okay, Scrooge's nephew. Thanks for redeeming DM Chugs. No one knows who that is. It's definitely totally anonymous.
It's totally not me.
This is one of the worst drinks I've ever made, and usually I'm very good at making drinks, but I'm out of ice, but I did have like a tiny little one that I found in the freezer, so here goes nothing.
One cube? A singular cube?
Yes, a singular cube.
Oh no. Back of the freezer ice cube. It's just sad.
Okay, that was about 3 shots of tequila.
You can use that ice cube for something else.
Yeah, you can go make another drink.
Yeah,
You
you guys
think-
got it. Figure it out.
You think Huey, Dewey, or Louie is the favorite nephew of Scrooge's?
Matthew,
And
we've
Which Scrooge's nephew are we talking about?
I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a DuckTale thing or a Christmas Carol thing.
you guys are shitting me, right? It's been Christmas Carol the whole time. It's
I don't know. They both have nephews.
Which Scrooge had a bigger impact on my life? Obviously, Scrooge Duck.
This could be any kind of a bottle. This could be anything in this bottle. You have no idea what's in this bottle. But it's gonna go right over here.
Is it water?
Just in case. Okay.
What's funny about the way my Discord works is that I've never been able to see Sal on a Discord call ever. I can see everyone else's face right now. I can never see Sal, so I just hear about his hijinks verbally, and I just have to assume what's happening.
It's so weird. I've literally never encountered this type of thing before.
I don't
Well,
get it.
anyways,
Are you trying to drink? Oh, no.
Nah, I don't fuck it. Who gives a shit? All right, so let's move on a little bit. Hannah, do you have a favorite channel reward?
Spirit of, influencing how our wonderful DM plays this game. You could do something nicer and just, have him roll disadvantage. Screw that DM.
Okay,
Instead of,
that's not.
making him chug more drinks.
I'd actually prefer to drink more.
Just do it. You heard it from him. He doesn't like it. Come on. Screw the DM.
Jamie, do you have
That's my favorite.
one that might be
Yes.
fun for you?
Yes, you could also, if you want something just totally random and crazy to happen, you could give us a wild magic surge, which could be any number of crazy magical effects. We could all turn into potted plants. We could turn invisible. It could be pretty much anything.
I think the potted
So,
plant one has been my favorite so far.
It's funny that it's happened like 2 or 3 times.
Have it? I know.
You guys have
I
rolled.
never once
specifically remember.
Yeah, you guys have rolled
Okay.
pretty close to that a lot, at least. Yeah, hell yeah. Wild Magic Surge is always a good amount of fun. And Jenna, you want to bring us home with something?
I do. My favorite is the Easter egg. The Easter egg helps us know what the fuck's going on. It gives us a clue when we really, really need to figure something out. Please help us from time to time.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. All right, well, I think that about does it for our little bit of introduction. Now, from here on out, I'm going to do something a little bit chaotic and a little bit more fun because I think that, if you really need a refresher, the VODs are always available here on Twitch for for like 2 weeks or so. But we always upload all of our episodes to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ whatever the fuck it is. The URL for YouTube is the same thing as it is for Twitch, a Little Dice. So you can look that up. We have every episode of The Great Niladian Crown up there, sans one, and all of the episodes of Cold Hearts, so 3 of them, are up on our YouTube channel. So you can definitely check those out. We're gonna do something a little bit more chaotic from here on out because I saw someone do this once and it made me laugh and I like it.
At any time you can do a shot to re-roll the die.
Yeah, anytime. And as long as someone is drinking as aggressively as they can, you can re-roll as much as you want. That's fine. No, that's terrible. So please do not do that. DJ Fury, you're never gonna know what's in the mystery bottle unless you have enough points to redeem DM drinks again. And then I'll probably slip up and accidentally show it on stream. And then we'll get banned. Anyway, so, I am, because there's 6 of us now that we have our returning player Jenna, and I'm including myself in this, that's the perfect amount for a 6-sided die. So, at the top of every session and episode, I'm going to roll this 6-sided die. I'm going to randomize the numbers for all of us. So, first I'm going to roll it 6 times to get everybody a number. So, Garrett, your number is going to be 1. Hannah, your number is going to be 3. Jamie, your number is going to be 6. Jenna's is 2. And then that leaves Matt with... Well, depends. 5 or 4, if I can get to it. 5, and then I will be number 4. So, I'm going to roll a d6. Everyone remembers their number, of course. Great. And then whoever's number I roll, you get to give us the summary of last week's session.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then we're just going to pick up...
I haven't even rolled me, but already fuck you. I'm sorry.
And we're just going to pick up... Hey, listen, we're just going to pick up from wherever you think we left off.
God.
All right, ready? It's going to be great. Here we go. All right, I'm number 4, so like if that's the only one that if it rolls, then no one gets to have any fun because it'll just be, totally normal. Right,
no,
so
everybody gets to have
Oh, I literally rolled number 4. Okay, well, you all got away with it this time. You're welcome. So I'm going to make this pretty damn quick. DM drinks, DJ Fury, god damn it. You son of a bitch. Okay. 1 second. Here I go. I'm going to try to get this out of frame so you can't tell. Can you? Yeah, no, you can't see it. Here I go. All right, I can only do like a little at a time of this because I'm just doing straight up.
Liquor?
Yeah, it's just straight. So,
Okay.
anyways, there's like a remnant of a little bit of ice in there. Wait, here we go. I think there's a cutoff. I think you can only redeem it like 3 times. You can only redeem DM Chugs once per stream, and then it is a yellow substance, DJ Fury. It's some sort of a yellow substance. I'll give you that.
It's piss!
It's piss.
Yeah.
It's gotta be piss, baby. Woo.
It's gotta be.
Oh, wow. A lot of the sugar that sat on the bottom of the glass was just all in that. So that was actually pretty smooth, not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I got to bounce, but I'll leave some subs. Oh, Dom, you don't have to do that.
What
That's very
a
kind
ledge.
of you.
We love Dom.
What did Dom do?
Dom's about to
Oh.
dip.
Holy fuck.
But he's being very sweet, and he gifted 5 subs to everybody.
Oh,
So
thank
thank you very much, Dom.
Thank you,
We really
Dom.
appreciate that. We love you very much. Hope if you're ever out east, brother, hit me up. We'll fucking hit the gym together. Anyways, so let's jump right into it, everybody. Do we have any questions before we begin tonight's episode of Cold Hearts? No?
Yeah, has anyone seen my notes?
Alrighty.
Not in the
this.
not in the one.
Oh, I remember. I was ready. I just like to write shit down.
All right, y'all. So, I'm going to make this summary a little quick. When last we met, our surviving members of the Cold Hearts Adventuring Guild had finally overtaken an orcish stronghold and set themselves up as the de facto leaders of the White Tusk Orc clan. Chief of which, the member Triss, being named Bone Crusher, or Bone Breaker, as the head, the full-on head of this orcish clan, after felling the previous leader in Mortal Kombat. And naturally, the rest of her team was elevated to statuses all sort of highlighted and named through this sort of bone-like nomenclature that allowed for this bone council to be created here for the White Tusk Orc clan.
Bone nomenclature? Have some respect.
Bone nomenclature, of course. I'm so sorry.
Nomenclature?
Yes, of course. Respect the culture, I understand. So after doing so, and being visited by envoys of the Ebon Crusade, a faction seemingly devoted to their former master Pendrag, now known as the Black Dragon, seemingly also believers in and sort of cult-like followers of the ethos god known as Zakon, the Lord of all Hell. They greeted them from the outskirts of their new stronghold and demanded to speak with the Bonebreaker, the leader of the White Tusk Orcs, thinking and assuming it was Bonebreaker Dorikar, the previous lord and leader of this Orcish clan. But unbeknownst to them, she was usurped by none other than our intrepid adventurers. So after meeting them out in the field and agreeing eventually to another round of Mortal Kombat, because negotiations did not, or actually just parlaying in general did not seem to go well, the team succeeded in felling these two envoys of the Ebon Crusade. However, it seems as though the final blow was dealt by a non-participant in Mortal Kombat and one of the higher-ups, or at least former higher-ups in the White Tusk Orc clan, known as Steel Twister, had taken notice of this. After trying to speak with Bonebreaker Triss and sort of reaching a conclusion that he was disappointed by, Steel Twister took to his little alchemical den beneath the Orcish stronghold to gather his things and essentially desert the White Tusk Orcs. And after Dash Braxton followed him into the little alchemical pit that he likes to keep as his home and as his research lab, decided to try to keep him from leaving and keep him from deserting. But unfortunately, it seems as though Steel Twister was deft enough to evade Dash's advance and escape from the White Tusk hold unseen and unharmed, and whereabouts he is, he seems to not be anywhere around. After this, one of the less than enthusiastic members of the White Tusk clan, the half-orc, wow, off the top of my head, his name is slipping me, but you know what?
William?
Yes, William.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to call him Greg because I knew that Steel Twister Auric was named. We called him Greg, so I was like, it's another normal person name. But no, the half-orc known as William approached Bonebreaker Triss at this point and essentially asked her to grant him leave from the White Tusk Orc clan because originally he's actually not a part of this marauding group of Orcish warriors and was abducted by this clan in their raiding and sacking of the nearby town of Hillmount here in the province of Amel. So with that all being said, it is essentially the I believe it's sort of the middle of the day on the following day after your fleeing from no, this is 2 days after the sacking and the burning of the Chillhearth hold. I cannot remember off the top of my head if you had agreed to let William go or if he was staying with you for a little while longer, but Hannah, perhaps you can shed a little bit more light on that situation.
I don't think we came up with a specific answer.
I think we ended the session right before that, right?
Yeah.
I think what we were generally saying is that you could leave if he could leave if he wanted to, but we could if you wanted to stay. I know that. I think Dak actually said I will try to make this a more welcoming place for you if you would like to stay.
Word. Let me check my notes. How about that?
Yeah, because he had said that he didn't really have much of a home left in Hillmount either. So
True.
we would let him go back eventually. But for right now, we wanted him to stay with us and help us with what we were doing, and try to make the place more hospitable to him.
We also hadn't fully decided what we were doing next, so I think that was part of why we didn't give him a firm answer.
Hell yeah. All right, well, it is later in the day at this point. I would say you maybe have a couple hours before nightfall begins to drape itself across the sky. What's that, Garrett?
I said bedtime.
Bedtime. You have probably a couple hours before the sun sets. At this point, it seems as though Steel Twister is nowhere to be found, and Will has sort of retreated back to sort of the, he's still in the courtyard area, but he's just sort of like sitting over by himself, having the remnants of whatever large meal that was made up for the end of the day, and just sort of keeping to himself. So what are the rest of you doing now?
I believe when we left off, we had the scroll case that we got from the fiends that we were going to take down to Steel Twister's room and try to open it up safely.
Okay.
And I was actually partying with the orcs.
Word.
I've used a lot of my spell slots. I'm tired, and I'm going to get my energy back by partying.
Okay.
So you're an extrovert then.
We made the exact same joke last time.
We're making it again.
It was good.
It was a good joke.
So how many of you are going down into Steel Twister? We'll call it Steel Twister's den.
I'll go down.
I am.
Okay.
I guess everyone dash maybe?
Okay. Dash is staying up.
They're going to have to fill me in on it because I'm drinking and having fun.
Hell yeah.
And probably getting pegged.
Yeah, we'd love that.
That's
Good
right.
stuff. Gotta
I was
try it
gonna
out.
say we could interrupt and let you know, but we'll tell you later.
And
Oh, I don't mind if you want to watch or something.
Canon. Very good.
parts off regular and dissolves.
No.
I love it. All right. So you guys head down into Steel Twister's den. It is low lit in here, but a couple of you at this point probably have collected some, miscellaneous supplies and whatnot. One of you, doesn't matter, lights up a torch and, fills the room with a little bit of light. And, you enter into the main sort of study area of this little underground den. And there's a sort of like a wardrobe kind of converted into a bookshelf type situation. There is a wooden desk, a little tapestry on the ground that covers most of the center of the area, of which there is sort of like a little pedestal in the center, and then there's like a handful of a whole bunch of different shit, just sort of strewn about, tossed. It looks like someone like very quickly ran down here and either grabbed a bunch of shit or like looked through a bunch of shit.
I want to investigate it.
Okay, make an investigation check, Desperado.
Thank you. Oh, my investigation's -1, and I rolled a 7, so that's a 6.
A 6 on investigation. As the four of you sort of take in your surroundings, Desperado pretty immediately walks up to like a pile of burnt and torn up paper and notes and like broken vials and stuff like over in the corner to the left, crouches down, grabs like a little shard of broken glass and just sort of like cracks it in her teeth and just and someone's definitely fucked some shit around in here.
Yeah, for sure. This is glass, just so everybody knows. I wouldn't put it in your mouth. That's what I learned.
That's good advice.
Yeah, I figured I could be helpful.
Turn the music down again. Okay.
Well, I'm all out of ideas. I tried tasting the glass.
Do you think we could see what he took with him? Maybe. I don't know. You might know more about components and stuff than I do. Can we see like what he took, possibly?
Make a.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just go ahead and make
alphabetized.
Yeah,
The T's are missing.
Yeah, you can make another investigation check, Triss. The DC will be a bit higher.
It's not good, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I rolled a 3.
Okay. Yeah, you look around. I mean, it's number one, it's difficult to tell because the remnants of things that you do scavenge through are like crumpled, half burnt, written in Orcish. You have no idea what was already down here, right? You've never been down here before. You don't really know what was there in the first place. So to try to discern what he took, I mean, you assume you can make a good, like your passive insight is not terrible. Like you're a smart person. You could, insightful person. You can discern that what he took was probably like, potent stuff that he's been working on or personal things that he doesn't want people to know or see. But anything it seems as though he had enough time, or at the very least had the wherewithal to get what he could and get rid of the rest.
What a jerk. He ain't leaving us no clues. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Misha, do you think you can take a look at this scroll case?
Have either of you ever found the clue in your life? What are you even doing?
I thought today might be my first day. I thought I could try it. We're embarking on a new, sort of character arc for me. Seems like I'm not that great at it yet.
Well, if it brings you joy, that's fine.
It does.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the scroll.
Yeah, the scroll that was found on the envoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go to pop it open. As you do, it feels like it's sealed at the end, like with a little bit of wax. You just sort of crack it open, and you slip the scroll out, and you unravel it. It does seem to be some sort of like it's a handwritten letter of some sorts. It's sort of written in some sort of very coarse, jagged-looking language that you don't necessarily recognize off of the top of your head.
I'll start casting comprehend languages.
Okay. You complete the casting of comprehend languages, and suddenly these jagged lines begin to turn themselves and reform into the common language, that which you are most familiar with. And it becomes very clear, after just a quick little glance over this letter, that this seems to be essentially both a warning and more or less a relatively peaceful offer to join the Ebon Crusade. Essentially, this was meant for the eyes of the Bonebreaker of Dorokar, and her eyes only, or really whoever was the Bonebreaker at the time. And it is essentially a layout of not necessarily the plans, like you don't, when you sort of read through this entire thing, you're not like, oh, they're going to be this place at this time. They're, you know what I mean? It's not like so specific, but it's essentially a call to arms of a lot of the factions and peoples all about this country, this kingdom of Naladai, that seem to be displaced and dispersed from the aftermath of you sort of assume as you're reading this, you're like, oh, it seems like, displacement is used a couple times and rising back up and stuff. And you quickly begin to realize that they don't, and you assume at first as you're reading it, that they're talking about the most recent war. The War of the Tenlands that sort of resulted in the founding of the Kingdom of Naladai. And as you start to read with your, passive investigation, your passive insight being relatively high, you being the smartest member of the guild itself, you start to draw the conclusion that whoever wrote this, as it's not signed by anyone specific, seems to be hearkening back to an event or some sort of schism in history. Just based on how they're wording things, it doesn't seem to be anything recent. Otherwise, it just wouldn't make sense. Like the most recent war, it wouldn't make any sense based on how this letter is written. Go ahead and just give me a history check.
$24.
24. The rest of you sort of sit around twiddling your thumbs for a little bit, unless you're doing anything otherwise, as Misha begins to just sort of hum and nod his head and tap his finger at his chin. And after a couple minutes of deep thought, you come to a realization, Misha, that this conflict, this schism, this massive event that displaced or dispersed a wide group of peoples was very likely the turning point between the age of eternity and the first age of humanity.
This whoever wrote this letter seems to be stuck quite the far distance in the past, or at least has been around. It sort of makes some sense that they worship Sakon, and it's related to the change between the old gods and the new. It's I don't think Penn wrote this, or at least not from his own mind. But in general, it is just an initial offer to join the Ebon Crusade, which obviously we said no, thank you.
No clues as to where the Crusade is located?
Do we know that? Why do I feel like we know that?
Where the Crusade is located?
Yeah.
You had Oreg attempt to scry upon a couple different things, and he was unsuccessful at scrying against Pendrag. But if I remember correctly, can't remember what the other thing that he scryed on, but he attempted to scry again at some point. No, I'm getting that confused with the other campaign and the scrying there. No, he attempted to scry on Pendrag and was unsuccessful. So you do not know where the Ebon Crusade is located, or Pendrag specifically.
No specific clues for where they are.
I see. That's a shame.
You talk about them being stuck pretty far in the past. Is that something we ought to be worried about or think about?
Well, I think we already sort of know that they say that they answer to Zakon, right? So when I spoke, I sort of traded words with the emissary. They got kind of uppity that they even knew about Zakon, but then specifically were, I asked them, do you serve the god or do you serve the Black Dragon? And they said that the Black Dragon is the voice of the god, at least in so many words. So I don't know, maybe a god from the Age of Eternity wrote this, essentially. It's probably worrisome, but I leave it to you.
It's pretty cool if we're holding something written by a god. That's kind of exciting, objectively.
I feel like a god would probably have better handwriting.
I don't know, I think some of the coolest people in the world have terrible handwriting.
That's a hell of a meta joke from Generous.
That's a joke.
Damn.
So anyway, I don't have any ideas.
Well, I suppose it depends somewhat on what our goal is. If our goal is just to kill Penn, we might be able to do that ourselves. I guess, do we intend to build an army to defeat Penn's entire army?
Sal, is there anything, at this point I'll start working on a detect magic. Obviously, Steel Twister eluded us, but I guess I'm wondering if he had some way to, magically get out of here, or if there's I'm either looking for some kind of teleportation circle, possibly, and it's probably not under the tapestry because he wouldn't have been able to put it back, but either some kind of teleportation circle or some sort of emergency exit out of this room.
Yeah, you can. You can look around for that. You do know that he
disappeared from on top of the trapdoor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot.
He wasn't in this room when he disappeared.
Yeah, Dash would have explained that to you all, when you were talking about everything.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he essentially, the interaction was, he went down into here. Dash followed him. When he realized that Dash was following him, he turned invisible. Dash attempted to stop him from doing that through a myriad of ways. He got up to the top of the trapdoor, shut the trapdoor under him, sat on top of it to keep Dash from getting up.
Yeah.
And then before you all were able to show up, disappeared somehow.
Okay.
But you can still look around further if you want to try another investigation check. Specifically looking for an exit route, the DC would probably be the first thing that it was before. But you do know that he didn't escape through an exit route or anything.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll just I guess I'll just take a look around with detect magic and see if there's anything significant left behind.
Sure. You take a minute to sit down and conjure the spell detect magic, and as it erupts out of you, you actually don't sense anything magical in this room.
Okay.
It seems if there was anything in here that once was magical or was of anything of note, he either deactivated it or took it with him.
Is William with us?
He's not. He's up in the courtyard.
Okay.
At this point, actually, I'm going to go ahead and join everyone. My tongues has worn off. I can't understand them, and they do not really care about me anymore.
Sounds good. Sounds good. At this point, you all hear a little bit of shifting. As you all turn around, you can see Dash as he's coming down the ladder down into the den.
Hello, Dash.
We could ask William if he knows where Steel Twister may have headed.
The way I see it, Steel Twister isn't really our concern.
He's not our concern, but he is our best utility.
I think he'll be hard to utilize. Seemed pretty upset with the way we handled the fight back there.
I've got that enhance ability spell. If someone needs to be a little bit smarter or wiser while looking around.
I'd say it's worth searching the room for anything of note.
Both of these two already did that and failed miserably.
Yes, but I can make them smarter for.
I could try myself, but I wouldn't want to embarrass our comrades.
To be fair, I don't
No.
think he has an organization system here. It's all just everywhere.
All right, I'll do it myself, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fox's Cunning on myself.
Perfect. All right, do so.
Anyway, what am I looking for?
I don't know, a fucking clue. You can do it.
All right.
I will aid Dash in searching.
I already have advantage,
Okay.
but
Now you'll have it.
Wow,
sure.
who you have faith in?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just look around for any sort of clue onto where he has gone, or perhaps what if anything he has taken that would make it more difficult for us to find him.
Okay.
Which I don't expect to find anything on that second one, but
That's fine. It's good to know.
okay. You ready?
While Dash is searching, I just want to be like his annoying friend and just kind of like lurk over his shoulder and do this and pretend like I'm helping. I'm not helping at all.
Yeah,
But I just wanna-
understandable.
It does raise the DC though.
Yeah. Take disadvantage. Actually, you're so bothered by this.
Okay. With advantage, I got an 18 plus 6 in investigation, so that's 24.
24. All right. You take a few moments to shift around, specifically with any discarded or tossed aside parchments, notes, anything you can find that you could possibly read. And after a few, maybe a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes or so of searching around, you find a discarded sort of wad of paper that you unravel and try to smooth out best you can. And it is written in common, which stands out to you. And it seems to be a letter that is addressed specifically to Oreg. As you read through it, it talks about something like some sort of a shipment that was delivered to a place called Shadeglen. Shadeglen, Shadeglen.
That's the first time you've ever spelled anything like I expected you to spell it.
Yeah, I was expecting like Glienne.
It'll never happen again.
I know. I got
Needs more apostrophes.
So, it mentions this place, a shipment to this place, and everything else about it is like pretty straightforward. Just that like the shipment was delivered, and there was no troubles. The payment was received, etc. However, at the very end of the letter, and it's a short letter, it is signed by the hand that feeds.
You know what I think we ought to do? Hide it.
Bye.
I found a clue, my friends.
What'd you find, bud?
Look here on this gross piece of paper. And I'm just holding it like 2 fingers, just really presenting it. Notice the word Shadeglen. That's a place. And if you look further down, the hand that feeds. Now, who could that be? Also, this was written to someone named Oreg. So we had some sort of secret traitor in the group.
That was Steel Twister, I think.
No, his name was Greg.
You don't think it's sort of like a nickname for the other one? Oreg, Greg, it's like one letter off.
Perhaps a brother. Parents love to do that thematic naming shit.
Why would you have a nickname that's equal length of the regular name?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm sticking with this brother theory.
Syllable less.
Yeah, Greg is shorter than Oreg.
Plus, Steel Twister is a dope nickname. I don't know why I use Greg at all, frankly. Just make everyone call you Steel Twister.
I would. If I could get called Steel Twister, I would.
Desperado, do you want to be called Steel Twister?
No, actually, I'll stick with Desperado.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say Desperado's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Does the hand that feeds mean anything to any of us?
Everyone,
The hand
go ahead and make history checks.
could be the hand of, it's not the crown, have the hand symbolism.
I got that one.
History's intelligence. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's brilliant. I got a 14.
I have a 22.
This is history.
Mm-hmm.
11.
All right, Moxley is going to explain this to you.
Thank you.
Aww.
I don't think you know anything.
He's a
No
wrestler.
thoughts, head
That's what we're
empty.
being told.
Aww.
He's like trying to get to pet him.
You don't know anything.
Oh.
Unfortunately, 22. Unfortunately, you are not familiar with this name.
Damn.
The DC was very high.
Sometimes you just don't know, bruh.
It was probably like 25 or 30, and I would never get there even with advantage. So
The DC was 25.
yeah.
I've never been so happy to not know anything. I think from now on, anytime we fail something, you should have Moxley deliver that news to us.
Yeah,
That
sure.
was really delightful.
All right, and the answer is, she pulled him up, and one day he'll actually say something, and you'll be like, oh!
Roared Moxie DMs.
Yeah. We'll have one night where if you guys gift enough subs, we'll have one night where it's just my cat, John Moxley, dungeon mastering for the team.
Ooh,
Sounds like an exciting
fun.
evening.
So are we off to Shadeglen, or what's the plan?
How well do we know this area? Do we know where Shadeglen is?
You know the area pretty well. You lived at at least the Chillhearth hold was a rendezvous point for all of you for a long time. You travel a lot for the most part, but that's definitely like was a home base for you, and it is located in the province of Amil. And you know the province pretty well. The biggest city around is Cinerode. You were familiar with Hillmount, the town that William had mentioned. There's also just a little north. There is a very large city. That's called Alterstill. Shadeglen, I'll say. Would you guys have ever had dealings in Shadeglen? I'm gonna say yes. Yeah. You're not entirely familiar with Shadeglen. You do know about where it is. It's not even a town. It's more like this. What could it be akin to? Not like a trading post, but it's sort of one of those places, kind of similar to. Well, it's really its own thing. It's really just more like a trading post. A place that trade caravans would stop at. That is not necessarily a town. People don't necessarily live there beyond like a couple people who settled, and the building that they own acts as a mercantile store, and then they live on top of it. You know what I mean? It's very, very small. It's probably like it's very much like ye old saloon type place that you could just pass through, and there's maybe like, I don't know, 8 total actual places of living and like 5 stores or something like that. You know what I mean? It's that type of a thing. It is probably from here, if you just had to garner, I guess it's probably a day's travel away from here, to the northwest, if you recall correctly.
And of course I do. I have the foxes coming. So
Is Alterstill the nearest city to us?
The nearest large city to you is Cinerode. Alterstill's a little further away from you, but it's not like far away, but it's a little further away. Cinerode is
How far?
Cinerode is directly due east of here, and Altar Still is directly north of here. Cinerode is probably a 3-day travel. Altar Still is probably a 4 or 5.
I want to go to Cinerode. I want to go to Cinerode. It's a hotbed of crime. Sounds like a good
A
time.
hotbed of crime. That got me.
Center Road might be a good place to go to gather information. I'd say that's one thing that we're lacking.
Yeah, we could sure use a fucking.
We could sure use a fucking.
An Easter egg. But you could never not use a fucking. That's always.
I have plenty of information, just nothing pertinent to this particular scenario.
All right, my horny friends, may I posit one important question to answer?
Of course.
What are we going to do with all these orcs while we're gone? We cannot leave William in charge. He will be challenged and killed.
That's a good point.
I think William comes with us if he wants.
And then what do we do with the orcs who remain?
We could march to Center Road with an army of orcs.
Listen, we can. I don't believe the town of Cinerode will enjoy that.
But if we're trying to shake loose some leads, could garner some attention. That's all I'm saying.
I would prefer if in our, pursuit of justice and retribution, we don't become that which we are angry at. Let's not go on a murderous rampage with our orc friends.
Who said we're gonna go on a murderous rampage? We're just bringing them for
if we bring orcs, they will be.
Yes, these famously non-violent orcs. I'm sorry, Desperado. I love to take your side in things, but...
I know you do. But my point is
my
simply
favorite
that
pastime.
we use it for flair and glory and swagger, It doesn't have to be for anything other than the show, the appearance, the glamour, as it were.
We could always try to. We could speak to the orcs and see if any of them might be suitable as a temporary leader in our absence.
What do you say,
Yes?
speaker?
Oh, I won't be able to tell them anything until at least tomorrow. I've used a lot of spells. If you need to hear some weird whispers, see some fairy fire, heal a little bit, or perhaps get your shit thrown around, I'm your man. Twice. But that's about it.
What time? You said it's almost sundown, right?
I'd say at this point, the sun is setting.
No.
I remember there was somebody threw out the idea of us taking a peek at our old place, seeing what's going on there.
That might be a good place to get some clues as far as the Ebon Crusade is concerned.
It's also a place we could send a raiding party. There's not going to be anyone there that we care about obliterating.
Yeah. Might not be a bad idea, actually.
Not terrible, yeah.
Most of my ideas are good ideas.
That's why you the brains.
Most.
Wow.
What do you say we rest for the night, and then in the morning we can prepare to revisit, is it Cold Hearth, the name of the base?
Chill her.
Chill Hearth.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Stay cool.
At the chill earth.
Before we do that,
Chill Hearth, bro.
Maybe we should ask William if he knows who this Oreg person might be.
He knows who Oreg is.
I-
You all know who Oreg
Yeah, I
is.
thought... Yeah, I was doing
I'm
a bit.
confused. No, Hannah doesn't remember. Who's Oreg?
That's Greg.
That's
Oreg
still
is
better.
Steel Twister.
It's Greg.
Oreg Steel Twister.
You guys, we
Nicknamed
spent
Greg.
like 10 minutes talking about how Oreg isn't Greg, and so
Yes.
oh,
It was a
it's
very
not
funny
Greg.
bit. That was now retroactive.
It's us gaslighting you, Hannah.
Yeah.
Can someone,
Thing I'm so easy to gaslight.
Who
can
you?
someone please redeem party credits about 12 times?
Yeah. The person that you don't know, or the entity that you don't know, is the hand that feeds.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which must be Greg.
It's gotta be Greg.
Everyone is Greg.
There is also the question of what we want to tell William. Are we okay with allowing him to leave?
Of course. We gotta let this boy get out of here.
I think he can do whatever he wants. I just think he could still be
Misha
some
leaves.
use to us.
He's no longer part of this
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I gotta answer this sending stone.
Yeah. He wants, yeah.
That sounds good to me. I think that we should allow him the option of whether he wants to stay or go.
We take him with us to Sinner Road. Maybe he'll find a place, or he'll find that he likes us enough to help us out.
It would be
Best behavior, everyone.
It would be quite funny to take him to Sinner Road when he specifically asked to go to Hillmount.
Well, I thought he doesn't really have much form left in Hillmount.
No, but it is where he was born, where he
Well, he
grew
could
up.
go there by himself, I guess. I suppose he would want to come with instead of staying here or traveling alone.
Well, we certainly shouldn't leave him here. Even if we don't leave him in charge, he will probably be attacked and killed.
We need
Yeah.
to babysit him. Exactly.
We're taking him with us for sure. The question is, who do we leave in charge while we go? Is there somebody who stands out as like the babysitter of the orcs? Do we just
Well, we can-
nominate? Do we have them do democracy? Huh, no.
Is there, Sal, real quick,
Mhm.
I don't know if we know this at all. Are there other orc camps nearby? In the general area?
You would know this because of your many encounters with the White Tusk Orc clan. In the immediate area, there are not. The White Tusk Orcs are sort of the de facto presence here in terms of the marauding Orcish clans throughout Naladai. And since the establishment of the Great Nulidian Crown, a lot of them have either settled, been straight up just fucking eradicated, or have dispersed and sort of been absorbed into other factions and stuff like that. So in the immediate vicinity, no, the White Tusk Orcs are sort of like the only one. They're actually one of the only conglomerates and like true Orcish clans that are left in the country, in the kingdom, because like I said, most of them have been just fucking dealt with by the Great Nulidian military.
I'm gonna clarify why I ask, and hopefully that'll be helpful. Basically, what I want to do is I want to send them somewhere where they're going to end up recruiting more orcs, or even just more warriors of a kind.
Okay, sure.
What-
Just give me a general. Give me an insight check. How about that?
Recruiting.
Insight. Okay. Damn, you picked wisdom.
Mm.
That's fine. 21.
21. You think for a moment, and there is one way you could send them that would probably work out pretty well for you. The biggest problem that you sort of encounter in your mind when you're going over the possible conglomerates that they could parlay with is that the existence of the Great Nulidian Crown. They sort of exist, or are attempting to exist, outside of the jurisdiction of the monarchy. And then you think, well, who else sort of flies that same flag? And there is a well-known, when I say organization, I use that term very loosely. It is simply a very large group of individuals that sail the southeastern seas of the Cerulean Ocean off the coast of Naladai, and sort of have taken root in a handful of the islands off of the coast of the Hephaesian Peaks, the southeastern Hephaesian Peaks, and they don't necessarily have like a singular name of like an organization, but it is essentially like a network of pirates that have dealings with each other. There are a lot of different truces, there are a lot of different feuds between all of them, but they mainly target Nelidian naval vessels, and they are one of the main, besides Ferespur being a more challenging place to actually settle in, they are the main problem when it comes to Nelidian expansion towards the east. That's why a lot of sponsored ships send a lot of people to the Maritimes and send a lot of people out west. It's much less patrolled and hunted by these pirate factions than it is out east. So if there is another group that exists outside of the jurisdiction of the monarchy that might be interested in pillaging and the spoils of a war, that would be willing to get down with this kind of stuff, it probably would be them.
Well, my friends, perhaps instead of leaving a specific leader, maybe we send them on a quest of sorts. See if we can get more people in our merry band of warriors. And then I explained to them everything you just said, basically.
Sure.
That's very useful. But do you think the orcs would be able to communicate with the pirates?
I know one who can. If they're on a quest of sorts, I don't believe, if William has the blessing of the Bone Breaker and they are on a specific quest, he should be fairly safe. Or we can find someone strong who perhaps speaks common tomorrow.
We could we'll lead them ourselves if we think that takes priority over going to Cineroad.
I'll be honest, I'm still not really getting why we're going to Cineroad versus Shadeglen, but the goal
Sort of lost the plot there. I think
Quest item says here, but I can definitely go here.
This place sounds dope as shit. Now I'm gonna go there.
I've never been to Ferrisburg. I'd really like to check it out. Should we just leave the continent right now?
Yeah. We could probably just go to Shadeglen and
What if we ignore this entire story and just go do something else, you guys?
Let Ken do whatever the fuck he wants. Let's go to Ferrisburg. Let's go to a different continent. We don't need to worry about this shit.
There were a lot of demons in Chillhearth. I don't want to go back there. Fuck that.
I know we all agreed before we started this that this campaign would be about unified quest for revenge, but you guys just want to like fuck off and like start.
What if we were unified in doing something entirely different?
I hear about strippers in Cineroad.
Open a bakery. That sounds good.
Yeah.
If you ask
We need
me,
this army of orcs, Shadeglen. That's what I think.
That's
So is that what we would like to do? Grow the army, keep William safe, and investigate Shadeglen?
Yes. Fully agree. I love to just make a plan and settle on it, so that sounds like a
One of my favorite things to do is make plans and settle on them.
If the last hour gives any indication, we love to make a plan and settle on it.
Yep. Absolutely.
So are we now accompanying the orcs?
Nope.
we're going,
Hoping that
we are
they,
clear. were we going to Shadeglen with the purpose of
We need to
fighting
find out
Steel
who's the
Twister
head
and
that feeds us.
forcing him to help
He
us?
probably went there, and fuck that guy. And
Why did Misha started smoking opium?
we should really figure out what this shipment is, because it might be important. If there was something here that he was sending to them that they are paying for, first of all, I fucking want it because Greg sold it,
That's
and
right.
that was ours.
Mm-hmm.
That was eventually going to be ours.
It should have been.
Fuck that guy.
That's a fair point. If nothing else, this could give us more resources to work with.
Precisely.
Mhm.
Worst case scenario, we get something that is worth a lot of money, we sell it for a lot of money, and we can really build this place up a little bit before we go back to Chill Earth to, exact our revenge and all that.
Well, question about the pirates. Do we know how far? Do we know where we're going to recruit pirates, and how far away would that be?
Well, they're down in the south western or eastern mountains of the Ephesian Peaks.
Southeastern.
How far?
Southeastern,
Oh.
there we go.
How far away is that from us?
Further than Sinner Road, so about probably to get out. So to get to the coast, acquire a shipping like a vessel to ship yourselves and nearly 100 orcs, and then actually sail to wherever these pirates are. You guesstimate it's probably going to take 2 to 3 10 days. So it could take an entire month.
So, gotcha. Well, I suppose it depends on whether William wants to go. If he doesn't, then maybe we should go ourselves. But we could at least posit the option to him.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go talk to him.
Yes.
What are we waiting for? Let's find William.
All right. I'm glad that Desperado has now taken charge.
Well, I do what I can. By the way, I feel like earlier when you were doing it, and in the future, whenever you're explaining a plan that's like well thought out and awesome, I'm just gonna be standing in the background, nodding and going, "Yeah." Once in a while, like, mhm.
Your dad is hiding again. He's like, yeah, great plan. Awesome.
The vibes I want.
I love it. I love it.
Both as Garrett and Dash, it drives me insane when we're just like, oh, what if we just went to Center Road? So I think I needed to be this character.
Amazing. What are you guys doing right now?
Well, we're going to find William.
Gonna go find William. All right. Everybody's gonna head up and into the courtyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Like a question.
Just wanted to know. You all do so.
You get up there, everything's on fire!
Whenever you die, you die immediately.
The nuke dropped.
You should have stayed in the bunker. No, you head out of Steel Twister's den and up into the courtyard. And at this point, and you all kind of notice this as you were figuring out what you were going to do down in the den. But the noise started to calm down and everything, and even these rowdy, bulky, wild, full-blooded orcs, 2 days in a row of straight just fucking raging, works on you a little bit. And it seems as though they're calling it an early night. People are, members of the clan are in the process of turning in for the night. Some of them have already passed out in the middle of the courtyard. But you do see William sat next to the great pyre in the center of the courtyard, just sort of next to it, keeping warm. And he seems to just have given up on any sort of facade of a blustering exterior, and is just sort of hunched over, like crossed over the other, and just holding on to a half-eaten, what seems to be either like a large chicken leg or some sort of piece of meat on a bone, half-eaten. He's just sort of staring into the fire.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm fine. Tired. really tired.
Oh, I bet. It's been a big stretch of time around here lately. Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah,
DM drinks.
excuse me while I just need a little off the top. Oh my god, that was good. Huh.
So, new rule: whenever DM drinks while Sal's playing an NPC, that NPC like canonically takes a drink.
Yeah, canonically.
We're talking to the big bad witch. It's like, oh, hold on, I was usually like,
Yeah, I need a little something to take the edge off.
I really like that, actually.
Yeah. Be motion, son of a bitch. All right, here we go. And William just sort of nods his head, and he says, "So, you decided what the Bone Council, what their next move is?"
We sure have, and Dash can explain it to you.
I love that. And I sit next to William. Do I have a chair I can flip around like a cool professor?
Unfortunately, the seating arrangement
you're
around the pyre is just like long logs, so they're more like benches.
Okay. All right, I sit next to him.
You could straddle the log, yeah.
Is this a power position?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit next to William. Kind of just put a hand on his shoulder. Just very like a lot of camaraderie here that I'm possibly forcing a little bit. William, I've been told, and I'm gonna pretend that I was told this at some point, that you don't exactly love being here. Is that true?
It's not where I belong.
I understand. And you've historically not been treated very well by the guild, the group here. Is that correct?
No, the clan does not view me as a capable fighter.
Right. And they're full-blooded orcs. They really only respect power. However, and I think of any of the people here, you probably understand this best. There is more than just physical power. And I believe we can help you with that. And then once you've maybe had a taste of being in a little bit more control of your destiny, we can talk about whether or not you want to go to Hillmount or wherever. But you have some skills that no one else has here. Not including the Bone Council. You can speak to just about everyone on this continent, whereas they cannot.
I suppose, but I don't see how that's such a awe-inspiring feat.
It is if we want to make an even bigger army than the current White Tusk. We can fight, we can dominate many people, that is true. But with some diplomacy, we can really get our numbers growing here and truly make, well, an enemy of the crown perhaps, but our own little nation.
Okay. Sorry, I don't really...
William, my boy, my lad. and I stand up and I'm like now taking a more powerful pose. I am charging you with leading this group of orcs to the southeastern Ephesian peaks, and I want you to lead them. We are going to get as many pirates, outlaws, bandits as we can, and we are going to bring them back here. We're going to concentrate the best warriors we can find. And I want you in charge of it. I don't trust the other orcs. They're not as smart as you. They can't communicate like you can. Your guild needs you, William, to step up and show them the way.
Make a persuasion check.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay. That is like the third 18 I've rolled for a total of 30.
Ooh!
30. Okay. He looks up at you, eyebrows furled, and he thinks for a moment. I will help you. I have a few questions. Dash. Firstly, if I do this, and we are successful, and I've brought you an army, will you all let me go?
I would love to promise you that. Let me make sure with the council, because I do not want to lie to you. But I believe if you go out there and you find our army, and if there is at least one person who can communicate to the orcs when my magic fails, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't let you go. Bone Council, I know where I stand in this. If William does this, we let him go. He goes back to Hillmount. But of course, if he is successful, and I place my hand on his shoulder again, he will always have a place with the White Tusk, or whatever this grand army becomes. Agreed.
Agreed.
Yes.
I agree.
You have my word as a man, and as the Bone Council's representative. You will be let go after this.
Thank you. Thank you all. Now, my second question. I apologize. I don't necessarily understand why it is you would like me to try to parlay with the Cerulean Alliance. They don't necessarily share our gusto for mainland affairs. I don't know how strong of an argument I could produce in order to bring them to our side. If you don't mind my suggestion, well, based on everything that you've mentioned about this foe against us, this Ebon Crusade, there's no doubt in my mind that the crown would not want to know about this or be involved somehow. I'm sorry. I'm confused as to why we would not go to them.
Out of character, the crown probably knows that they're here, right? Like, why? I guess what I'm asking is why wouldn't they have already taken out the White Tusk? Because they have the numbers. Is it the knowledge of where we are, or
the White Tusk? You assume that the crown knows of them. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Perhaps they just don't see them as well. I mean, not in character, but never mind.
You do know that you remember. I mean, you know that you've been hired many times by a couple different, sources to combat against the White Tusk. That's why you were familiar with them in the first place.
Oh, so perhaps the crown is all right with them being there. As soon as they start like attacking other places, they're like, "Hey, know your fucking place."
It's possible they have bigger priorities at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, William. That's an excellent question, and my answer is that I don't necessarily know how excited the crown will be to work with us against the Ebon Crusade. Or worse, once they do help us, once we are thinned and wounded, they might swoop in and just take all of this. You understand?
I suppose, but
I want you to know I am all ears for you, William. If you have a better plan, I would love to hear it.
well, I understand your trepidation about the crown. They don't necessarily have a clean track record against my people, but I mean, isn't the alternative? I mean, should the Ebon Crusade succeed, I don't really see the point in not trying with them.
It's probably worth at least sending them a message, letting them know what's going on if they don't already.
I'll tell you this, William, and if this is too much pressure, too much responsibility, you let me know. Any stop you believe you can make on the way, I want you to use your best judgment. Because I can tell you're a rather intelligent person. If you think you can find someone who will help us, who will join with us, even if you have to go somewhere alone, without the muscle. If you believe they will join us in this crusade, in this battle against the Ebon, you go ahead and make that call.
There is someone I think that at the very least would hear our plea, or perhaps even grant us an audience, or myself and some of the other White Tusk, if you choose to send me and them out there. When I was young, before I was taken, I remember Hillmount being visited by Lady Epimeth, the sovereign ruler of the province of Alterstill. She was dazzling, and she really cared about us little people. Her husband, he fought in the War of the Tens. She knows what it is to fight for what's right. She understands righteousness. I don't know how I would convince the Cerulean Alliance, but I have a pretty good idea of what I would say to Lady Alessandra.
All right. All right, William. This is why I want to put you in charge. This is the information that we had not considered. Now, since you are granting us your intelligence, your wisdom, the five of us, the Bone Council, are planning to take a trip to, was it Shadeglen? Shadeglen. We believe Oreg has been sending some sort of supplies there to an unknown beneficiary.
The hand that feeds.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to add, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we've had regular dealings with them. I think we were hired not too long ago by their little situation. I guess I don't know if I would call it an organization by any means, but no, they are a sort of group that is based out of Shadeglen, and they do some work, smugglers mostly, as far as I know. Doesn't surprise me that Oreg had further dealings with them. If I remember correctly, I believe some of us were, well, not me, but some of the rest of the clan was hired out to escort a couple of their smugglers across country. It was somewhere in the Blackworld. They were shipping someone out there. I don't remember. Something like that.
What sort of things do they typically deal with?
Oh, I mean, any type of smuggling, really. As far as I know. I overheard. I believe when we were hired, it was very valuable. Whatever cargo it was, there were rumblings that it was someone, that they were smuggling some person into the Blackworld. But I don't know any further details.
Well, the Bone Council wishes to visit them for multiple reasons. We believe, one, Oreg might have gone there, and two, we have to figure out what this shipment was and how we might use it for our own purposes.
All right. I mean, Shadeglen isn't too far away from here. I'm sure they would host you. I don't necessarily know how to find them. I don't know. Oreg was the one who had further dealings, I guess. Did you check? He has a den underneath the keep.
Yes, we've explored the den. To be honest, I trust the Bone Breaker here to be able to figure out some of the more seedy underground things.
Yeah. Got it.
Triss, I mean, you know how to do that, right?
Sure. I know CD folks.
I think
I'm the seediest.
given our history together, I have seen you make connections with less than reputable people fairly easily. A sort of thieves' cant, if you will, which might be useful.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can totally do that.
Why am I being the smart one? I don't like this.
Everybody gets a day. Today's yours.
Yes, apparently.
My day hasn't come yet, but it will. One of these times.
I believe with the use of your knowledge of the underground, the seedy, we'll figure that one out. Better than any sort of conversation we can have here. Okay, William. One of the main reasons we wanted to do this task without us is because we were worried that if we left the group for a significant period of time, a day or so, they might fall to pieces, or worse, kill you and sort of make a new bone breaker. So our hope was that knowing where we're going.
They kill me. I'm not the bone breaker.
Well, see, that's the thing. So we're going to be giving you the blessing of the bone breaker to lead. We are slightly worried that might make you a target for someone who thinks that getting to you might count as fighting the bone breaker.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Perfect. I love to hear that, because that's what I was thinking.
He looks over at Triss and is like, what the fuck?
We just know that you've said that you felt like something of an outcast among the orcs, and we didn't want to put you in a difficult position.
Oh no, this will be a difficult position. So, I mean, maybe if you want to rethink that, you can, but I mean, they're not gonna fucking kill me. I hope not. Why would you think that? What do you is there? And he's just like, he starts to get a little nervous.
Do you want? I can go through the thought process, but from what you are saying, I was erroneous. It's totally fine. On a scale from 1 to 10, it's so fine.
Make another persuasion check, Dax. Excuse me, Dash. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Those multiple shots are getting to me.
21.
21. Yeah, you see him sort of like, I mean, he's still pretty nervous, but like he's just sort of like, all right, like he's like, okay, they don't really know the hierarchy fully yet. Like, it's okay. Like he's trying to calm himself down.
Yeah.
If it helps at all, if any of the other orcs give you any trouble, I will eat their faces.
Yes, absolutely. And we will make sure before we leave that they know anyone who, even if they question you, if they fight against your orders, we will remove their various genitalia and likely their very heart. So.
Right.
It's just a generic threat. Any threat, anyone might threaten like that.
Great. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever the Bone Council decrees, I guess. So, sorry. What do you want me to do?
We want you to, in summation, we want you to recruit. Okay. If you believe that the best way to do that is to get to the crown by going to Lady Epimeth, then do that. If that fails for some reason, we want you to go to the Cerulean Alliance.
Okay.
And
how would you like me to procure travel to speak with the Alliance? And how many orcs should I take with me?
Man, for the Alliance, I was thinking kind of everybody, but that'll probably be a bad look. There's only like 100 of us, right?
I mean, sure, but that would. I mean, how much gold do we have?
It does occur to me we probably don't want to leave the base undefended.
You're correct. Here's what we'll do. William, take a group of, let's say, 4 or 5 orcs.
Okay.
And you will take those to Lady Epimeth. Okay. They will be your escorts there to keep you safe. Should that not work, feel free to either if it's quicker to come back here, go there, use your best judgment. I would feel a little bit better if you came here and got maybe 4 or 5 more, just in case they decide to fuck with you a little bit. And then, how do you need to travel? Do we need to get horses? What do we?
Horses would be good to travel across land. I'm going to need access to some sort of a sailing vessel to get to the Alliance.
I can give you, and I take out my coin pouch. I've got 6 gold, and you could probably sell this leather armor for something good.
They're not some sort of
Or
treasure.
just use it. You can use the leather armor if you prefer.
Okay. There isn't necessarily a treasury. We mostly deal with trade and stuff, and Dorkar did not see the value in gold since we just sort of, took food and slaves and stuff. So we didn't really, and we don't really parlay with the crown much, so we didn't really have need for any of that.
Since we're going to a trading post anyway, perhaps before William departs, we could sell some things at the trading post and secure some gold for William's voyage.
William, help us help you, right? How can we best empower you to get horses?
Well, I guess I don't
Make the DM do the work.
and he just sort of like looks around and he's kind of at a loss for words. Yeah, no, he's just kind of like, I'm sorry, I don't know. We don't even really usually, I mean, if we need mounts, we just sort of go take them from places, or at least that's what I've seen.
Do you not go on raids? Is this not part of Orcish culture?
No, we do, but we do it on foot.
So just go on a raid, but instead of killing and slaughtering people, you instead recruit people. It's the same thing. How do you normally get horses? Get the horses.
Oh, okay.
We need go-getters. We need go-getters.
Sure. Okay. I guess on the way to. Well, the problem is that if the word gets back.
Good. I don't want to hear about problems. I want to hear about solutions.
Okay. If you want us to get horses the way we usually do, we probably should go to the Cerulean Alliance.
Really?
There you have it. So, Cerulean Alliance.
Okay. How are we supposed to get a ship?
That's up to you to decide.
All right. Let's restart this, right?
I'm going to go back to my opium now.
So, we need either horses or a boat to facilitate probably getting the other. Correct?
I mean, horses would be good for travel. A boat is good for traveling on water. Horses aren't necessarily
Right.
good for that.
Yes. Thank you, William.
Could we
Our
steal a boat from our old keep?
We had a ship. We brought.
You
a
did
small
bring
ship.
it. Yeah, no, you brought
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Is it ocean worthy? Seaworthy?
None of you have checked the harbor since.
Well, shit.
William, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go look outside. This isn't a weird time for this at all. And so I go check on the ship.
You go take a look outside. Make a perception check for me.
Yeah, you bet, dude. What's my perception? 7? 19.
19. You see a bunch of debris that is sort of like charred and washed up on the shore. And William just says, when you guys showed up and broke in, Oreg had them burn your ship that you sailed in on.
Wow, that was nice.
Well,
I'm gonna sick Gaxel on that motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
I mean, in his defense, you hadn't become Bonebreaker yet, so.
Well, he also left, and he's an asshole. So
You're not wrong.
he's gonna get the nuts.
He
The nuts
He was an
bitten
asshole.
off.
He was an asshole, yeah.
Here's a question: do they sell horses at the trading post?
Ain't no trading.
I'm sure they do.
Let's get some horses from there.
We'll get some horses from there. Yes, we'll bring them back, and then we'll send you on your little quest. Even though now we could go with you, and it hardly matters. That was the whole point.
I mean,
We should also probably try to procure some gold to hire a vessel suitable for sailing.
Yes, of course. That's what we're going to do.
Quick.
I could go with some of the orcs on foot and try to get the horses. I was just saying earlier when the I'm sorry, I don't remember the titles anymore.
I'm the bone speaker. She's the bone breaker. He's the bone shaper. That's the bone. What did we call you, Desperado? Was it bone crusher? Bone crusher. And then he's the bone
Whisperer.
whisperer.
Did I make that up?
Got
Yes. No, I think you're right.
I think
Well,
that's
when the bone whisperer said get the horses the way we used to, I'm just saying I still think the best person to talk to is Lady Epimeth, but if we get the horses the way we used to and that gets back to her, I don't think that she'd be willing to help us any longer.
Right. So I want to give you gold and a couple orcs, and you go to the trading post. You can even come with us while we go. You get horses, go do your own thing while we figure out everything about the Shadeglen. Is that cool? Are we all down for this? Can we figure it out for ourselves?
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I could also just go eastward and get horses with gold instead, so it'll be faster. I mean, if I go to
God.
If I go to Shadeglen, it'll just take longer.
No, you're right. That's so correct. How much gold do you need for 5 to 6 horses? I've never been over there. I don't remember how much they cost.
I mean, generally a horse is about a gold each.
Boom, here's 6 gold, like I tried to offer you before. I'm sorry. I need to go calm down.
He just sort of holds the gold in his hand, and he's just like, he looks around, he looks at you, Tris, and it's just like, I'm just trying to help.
You're doing a great job. You are, and I'm sorry my tone doesn't sound like it. I'm very frustrated. I don't like being a leader.
a little too much tonight.
It has been a very long day.
I'm very tired.
We're just having all kinds of miscommunications. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
Honestly, I'm impressed. Don't see him in this state very often.
William just sort of puts the gold in his pocket, and he stands up and he says, "All right, I'm going to speak to some of the White Tusk. Take them with me tonight. I'll head east in the morning, or I guess if I could find some that are willing to head out tonight, we could do that too, depending on how urgent you want this to be. I'll procure some horses, hopefully within a day, and then I'll ride northwards, yes? To Alterstill.
For Lady Epimeth. Correct.
All right. On horseback, it shouldn't take me longer than a couple days.
Wonderful. We should be getting back around the same time.
All right. Well, it'll take me a couple days to get there, and then, to get back.
Oh, then
a couple more. So.
Then we should be back a little before you if all goes well. William, and I take his hand.
Yeah.
I cannot be clear enough. You're doing such a great job. I'm sorry I snapped at you. I have exhausted myself today. It is not your fault. You're great.
It's all right. I'm used to a little bit more in violence. So thank you for being.
Makes me feel worse.
It's all right. And he breaks away from your grasp and he says, I'll gather a few tonight and I'll try to make it back here by the time you get back from Shadeglen. And then I'll let you know what Lady Epimeth says.
Thank you.
Oh, William, just one last question. Do you think the remaining
love of God, out your toothy maw. I'll tell you, it will rain fireballs on this whole camp until there is nothing left.
My only thought...
I will bite your dick off. I will bite your dick off.
I think you might be very surprised about how my anatomy works.
Oh god, now I'm frustrated and disgusted. And curious.
My only thought is, will the remaining orcs be able to hold down the fort by themselves, or should we choose a leader amongst them?
Yeah, they're orcs. They're gonna be fine. I ain't worried about it. Fine.
All right.
That's a good question. Just give me a yes or no, please, William.
Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, Dorkar did it every once in a while, so.
Okay.
Very good. Let's all get some rest, everyone.
Yeah.
I think my opium is expired.
All right.
How much do you have, Misha? I've got some silver if you throw something my way.
I love it. All right, you guys are gonna take a long rest for the evening and then head out in the morning?
Please.
Okay. Well then, sounds good. We're gonna take a break there then. And we're going to be coming back shortly to see what the group does on the morrow of the following day. So everyone stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so
We're back.
Everybody let me know if the volume on my end for my personal mic is good now. Hopefully it will be. I literally turned it up by like another 15%. Dude, where the fuck where did chat go? Why did they disappear on my screen?
I can't see them anymore.
I see that they're a thing, but I don't know why. What the fuck? Well, whatever. Alright, I'll just pull it up on my phone. Anyways, we left off. You all went to sleep for the evening. You did not have any unpleasantness or anything like that. You all slept pretty soundly. You had some pretty intense past couple of days, so rest is well needed. And you all wake up fully restored with all of your abilities and all of your health at your disposal. So it is now the morrow on the third day past the sacking of Chillhearth Hold. What is it you would like to do?
Wait, real quick. We just got raided, dude.
Oh shit!
Your Move Live just rated us with 7 viewers. What's up, guys?
Y'all? Hey, thanks for joining us, my friends. You just joined us.
Perfect timing.
Absolute perfect timing. We just got back from break. This is quick little thing for you guys. This is our mini series here on the channel. Usually we run our main story, The Great Nelidian Crown, of which you can find on YouTube, all 45 episodes. But today we're on episode 4 of a new little mini series. So stick around. You'll see the scrolling character stats and whatnot, and names and everything up on my top right. Chat's on the bottom, obviously. I'm Salvatore Sbrocca. I'm your DM here at a Little Dicey D&D, and we're an interactive live stream. So if you stick around, you earn some channel points. You can redeem them for rewards to affect the game that we're playing right here and now. So a lot of our veterans that are in chat right now love to make us drink, love to make me roll shittily every once in a while. And you can even, if you stick around long enough and jump back in and interact and chat and talk and meet some friends, you can even create an NPC of your very own that I will bring to life here on the channel. So that being said, we're going to hop back into it. Thank you so much for joining us if you stick around. And yeah, this is the Great Nelidian, or excuse me, no, this is Cold Hearts episode 4. So it is finally the morrow of the third day after the sacking of Chillhearth Hold. You all are in your own orcish keep now that you have attained the past couple of days after defeating the previous Bonebreaker Dorikar in Mortal Kombat. And you are deciding to head over to the small little trading post of Shadeglen in order to hopefully meet someone or a organization that goes by the name of the Hand That Feeds. So, what would you like to do to prepare? Whereabouts are you going? How are you going to get there? All that jazz.
The little armory, that they didn't have like a short sword or anything, did they? I think they didn't.
They had hand axes.
Yeah. Is that a simple weapon? I might have to check. I don't think so, though.
Weapon, I believe.
Yeah, maybe I'll grab one.
I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. Sure, grab a hand axe.
Just for posterity.
Now, before going to sleep, I would
continue, my friend Matt, we have a party drinks redeemed by our very own Mika. So everybody pour up.
Who is allowed to redeem?
Mika's allowed to redeem party drinks, that's fine.
They can do whatever they want.
Yes, very true.
I'm not allowed to screw the DM.
Oh my god. Don't give me sass.
Yeah.
Only one of us was allowed to screw the DM. It was me.
Woo!
Great point. All right.
Matt, you were saying?
Yes. Before I went to sleep, I would like to have cast Gift of Alacrity on both the Bonebreaker and the Bone Speaker using the extended spell Meta Magic. So that'll last for the 8-hour long rest and then another 8 hours.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so Triss and Dash, you both gain the Gift of Alacrity, which I believe is a D8 to your initiative.
Yep.
Wonderful. So make sure you remember that if and when we get into any combat for the rest of the session. That, as Matt says, lasts an additional 8 hours, so it's going to cover you for the rest of the day.
If I may also do something before I go to sleep?
Please.
No!
I'm going to cast a Fine Steed to summon my Paladin mount, which is a giant toad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Giant toad, you do so. So, in the middle of the courtyard, before everyone heads in, you cross your legs and seat yourself near the fire, and you begin to chant a, at least familiar to the rest of your party, a sort of hymn, a hymn of your ancestors and your people that have taught you the ways of channeling the power within you. And you've all seen him do this many times before you headed off into the fray of a terrible skirmish. And you're very familiar with the glorious mount that your companion Gaxel calls forth to battle from the divine beyond. As out of the burning flames of the center campfire, a divine image of this amphibious aquatic creature pulls itself out of the flames that flicker around the camp light, and that yellow light that sort of illuminates the courtyard around you begins to bend and fold itself into the form of Gaxel's giant toad mount that steps out of the fire and stands above and beside him, just off to the side, sort of bowing its head in reverence to your lizard folk paladin companion.
Hello, friend. Also, so the steed is either celestial, fey, or fiend. I think fey makes the most sense.
Sure, sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh hey, Kevin's back.
His eyes just flicker around as they look at you like the Hypnotoad.
Good to have him back.
Yes, he should be very useful.
All right, sounds good.
I'll go to bed.
Great. Is there anything that any of you do to prepare yourself on the following morning?
I will. Well, I will confer with Dash, and because you mentioned maybe having a talk with the orcs who are. Well, I guess I don't know. Should we say anything to the orcs? Either the ones that are traveling with William, or the ones who will be remaining here.
William seemed pretty confident speaking with the group that he wanted to bring. Presumably, he knows who they are. He trusts them slightly more than the rest. But yeah, we're gonna make a big old announcement. The Bonebreaker's leaving.
Pretty good.
Is everyone like relatively already in the courtyard? For the
Yeah, I don't really have. As far as us leaving, I don't know much you prepare that I haven't already done.
I meant like the orcs and stuff because I am gonna make the announcement.
Yeah,
just
there's
so
a good
no
amount
one's
of
looking
people
for
that
it.
are already there. Not the whole clan, but there's a good amount of people.
Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and cast tongues on myself.
Okay.
And just where, if there's any sort of elevated position, I'm gonna go ahead and get up there. My fellow orcs. Totally kidding.
You do one of these.
My fellow
Orcs, aren't we? If you think about it,
Here's a non-pointing hand.
I don't see race. We're all orcs.
For the next couple days, the Bone Council is making a journey. We will be on a quest for the glory of the White Tusk. So says the Bonebreaker.
And you shout this to the present members of the White Tusk clan in the courtyard.
At this point, you realize there's only one person there.
No, there's a handful of people. You quickly realize that a lot of them are extraordinarily hungover. And they just sort of like look at you, and like a couple of them just sort of rub their eyes, and the others like hold their head up and like rub their temples and stuff. There is one that doesn't seem to be hungover, or at the very least is still drunk from the night before, and is just like and just going crazy.
Yes.
For sure. But everybody else seems to be. No, everybody else just seems to be really really tired.
I'm gonna go over to whoever looks the closest to being sober and normal.
Okay.
Like, hey, listen. And I am putting on like an orc voice, I think.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Once people start getting up, absolutely, I'm a bard. I'm a communicator. I'm an ambassador. When everyone starts getting up, you let them know the Bonebreaker's on a quest, and like all the stuff I just said. All right. I cast magic for this. What? I cast tongues. I should be able to understand anyone.
Yeah, he's so drunk that you have no idea what the fuck he's saying.
He's not saying words. He's just
making sounds. Yes.
Okay. Well, fuck. Seeming like it. Well, here's the thing. Even though he might not be speaking a language, it just says when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understands.
Okay.
It might come out, but I should know what he means.
Sure. Yeah. You hear that, and you get the general gist that he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Glory to the Bonebreaker, so says the Bonebreaker. Drink some water. Go.
Just fucking erupts.
Here's some orange slices. Here you go.
If only I had lesser restoration, I could help him out a little bit better. Oh well. And I go ahead and join everyone else again.
Okay, sounds good.
That went really well. I saw the whole thing from over here, and it was hilarious. Great work.
No, it actually went fine, Desperado. I know you can't tell with your less trained eye, but actually that went great.
No, I believed you the whole time. It looked like it went awesome.
I don't know if I'm just committing to the bit or if I'm genuinely trying to gaslight Desperado, but I'm gonna let that just hang, I think.
Sure. Alrighty. What are you guys doing now?
I believe we're off to Shadeglen.
Let's
Very
go.
good.
Okie dokie.
Everyone's peed. We've got our supplies.
Got our
Oh,
snacks.
do we have food for the trip?
Yeah, you gather some rations from the hold and everything. Yeah, no problem.
Great.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Who is leading the expedition out to the Shadeglen?
I'm happy to go in front. I'll be riding my toad.
Okay.
Yes,
And
but
how-
are you directing us?
Do we not know? We know where it is, don't we?
For the most part, there are no like roads attached to the White Tusk hold, so you kind of you'll have to figure your way for a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just for the fuck of it, I'll cast water breathing on all of us too.
Just in case. Love it.
Just in case.
You never know.
hey, Gaxel, is there any extra room on Kevin over there? Could I ride him with you, or is there just really only kind of room for one?
It's a large. Can more than one character ride a large creature?
Two small creatures can ride a large creature.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Tris
Not
can
on
get
me,
on
then.
there, yeah.
Up there. Oh wait, no, too small.
Two small creatures, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Still
medium, so.
counts as small.
What if a small person was on a medium person's shoulders? What if Tris sat on top of Gaxel?
I'll allow that. I'll allow it.
That's some galaxy brain shit right there.
That's clever use of game mechanics.
Thank you.
Hack the planet.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
mean, the toad is actually not that much faster. Like it's only actually the toad is just as fast as I am. Actually, it's not like a fast.
How fast is that?
Great.
20 feet.
Oh,
It's
so
slower
it's
than
even
us.
slower than all of you. Yeah, great.
So,
That's slow.
It's great. Gaxel's gonna lead you all, and you're gonna go slower than normal.
I mean, my speed is also 20 feet with my armor on, so yeah. but I have a toad now, so
True.
sure.
All right, sounds good. So you all set off to traverse the ways over to Shadeglen. So Gaxel, I'd like you to make a survival check for me with advantage because you know about where you're going.
Okay. Advantage. 15.
15. All right. You begin to set off towards the northwest to head towards the trading post of Shadeglen. You all begin the day bright and early, heading off just after dawn, and you travel for a solid 3 to 4 hours. The first quarter or so of the day passes by relatively quickly without any sort of event or anything like that, any oddities. Every once in a while you do see in the horizon some traversing little pods of fauna every once in a while, just either herds of wild cows or plain walking deers and whatnot. Flocks of birds flying overhead, nothing too out of the ordinary. And eventually, wild magic surge. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need Misha.
Is this still my job or no?
No, I would like Misha to please roll a D100.
Misha gets to roll.
Misha gets to roll a D100.
Oh, okay. D100.
Shit, oh shit.
Uh,
I'm excited.
yeah, I'm just gonna roll 2 10s.
Okay.
Hang on. No.
This man doesn't know how to roll.
Well,
This fool.
okay, that's my 10 spot. Okay, that's gonna be 15.
15. As you begin to traverse the plains of Western Amil, as the rest of you are following the guidance of Gaxel and his battle toad Kevin, Misha, one of the little trinkets that you were gifted by Pendrig not long ago after your many adventures together, that has served as a spellcasting focus and as a good luck charm, and you know it to be infused with some type of magic that you have done little bits of research on when you can, begins to vibrate in your pouch on your hip as you begin to travel. And you reach down and grab onto it, and as you do, a burst of arcanum expels from the pouch. I would like everyone to please make a where is it? Wisdom saving throw.
Is anyone standing within 10 feet of me when this happens?
I thought I was riding your shoulders.
Triss, and I'll say one other person can be within 10 feet of you. So who wants to say that they were?
I'll say I was.
Okay, well, if you are, then you get, I think it's 10 feet. Let me double check this. Where's the freaking ability?
It's 10 feet.
Is it 10? Okay, 10 feet. You get plus 4 to your saves. You also get resistance on all damage from spells, if that's relevant.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. So that's a 12 total.
Okay.
For me. 8.
I got an 11.
20.
Okay. I believe only Triss saves, as this is against the spellcasting DC of Misha. So all of you are immediately afflicted by a burst of energy that erupts from sort of the center of all of you. No one really notices where it comes from, except for obviously Misha. You felt this vibration in your pouch.
Burst of sexual energy.
That's right, just a burst of raw sexual energy.
Deep down in
Yeah.
I would like everyone except for Triss to please roll a d10.
I'm so scared.
Oh, I hate that.
Ah.
I got the 2.
2.
I got a 9.
A 9.
I also got a
a
9.
9. All right.
That's 7.
Okay, great. Gaxel, I'd like you to please use every ounce of your might to swing against your nearest, the person nearest to you, which I guess would be Triss because they're on your shoulders. So I would like you to make an attack roll against them.
Okay.
Misha and Dash, you both rolled 9s.
Des,
2.
I
You rolled
a
a
9.
2. Gotcha. Misha, you immediately freeze up and just sort of like you can't bring yourself to move in any direction. Dash and Des, you sort of like feel this wave of like lethargy overcome you, but you still are in control of yourself. Gaxel, what did you get to attack against Triss?
I got a 19.
Triss, does that hit you? That's your armor class, so that succeeds. So Gaxel, you just immediately reach onto your side, pull out your weapon, and slash up against Triss and succeed. I would like you to smite against her as well.
Okay, using my first or second level spell slot.
Second level.
Okay.
You
And
you attack.
I'm using my lance for this.
You attack her. You use the full extent of your power to make this attack. So whatever is the most, whatever is the most damaging.
All right.
Oh my God.
Then, yeah. So all right, that's gonna be.
Always get attacked by other.
I actually rolled low on the weapon damage is a 3.
Okay.
But the smite is a different story. Let me double check that this works. Divine smite is okay. You're not a undead or fiend, right?
No.
Okay. 2d8 plus it'll be 3
Yes.
radiant.
Be a hilarious way to find that out, though.
Fucking funny.
Alright.
I'm wishing I was now.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my
It's gonna be 10 radiant damage.
God.
And then what's the slashing or whatever?
It was just 3 from the lance itself. So a total of 13 damage.
Okay. 3 with all of your bonuses and stuff.
That was just yeah. It's 1d12 plus 2 for my lance, and I rolled a nat 1. On the
You don't have any other. Oh, okay. 1d12 plus 2. Why is it
Yeah,
plus
my
2?
strength is only a 14. It's not that high.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you strike up against Triss and pierce her side as a blast of radiant energy erupts out of her and knocks her off of you onto the ground. Let me just double check something real quick.
Bludgeoning damage for falling 10 feet.
Yeah, I would like,
Fuck.
let's see.
Oh, does my toad need to make a save 2 from this actually?
No, your
Oh.
toad is not a, it's part of you. Okay, so.
Okay.
At the end of its turns, an effective. Okay, cool. I would like everybody to make another wisdom saving throw, except for Triss, because they're unaffected by it.
Hurt in there. Can I use that to get away from Gaxel?
Yeah, you certainly can. You certainly can. You get up
So
and just
what the
fucking.
fuck, Gaxel?
Yeah, you get the fuck out of the way. No one takes any opportunities against you. Dash.
What was that?
No one takes opportunities against Triss as she moves away. Dash, what did you roll?
My wisdom
Eight.
save. I got a
Hold on.
25 this time.
Hold on. Dash first.
Sorry.
Ash, what? 8.
8. Okay. Des.
6.
Okay. Misha.
19.
Okay. And Gaxel.
I got a 25.
Okay. Gaxel and Misha, you both sort of like steel yourselves, and this wave of confusion sort of ceases to affect your mind as immediately, Gaxel, you realize whatever afflicted you caused you to strike out against Triss. Dash and Des, I'd like you to roll d10s again.
Oh no. Oh no.
3. Okay.
A 10.
10. Once again, Des, you are able to you feel another sort of like pulse of lethargy, but you're able to control yourself. Dash, you are frozen sort of in place, unable to take any action. Triss, Misha, and Gaxel, what are you doing?
Gaxel?
I'm sorry, Triss. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh my god.
Do that.
I don't know. Something
I think.
made me do it.
What the?
My hatred for you.
Can I tell what the state of the others is right now?
Make an insight check.
Uh, 15.
15. There's definitely something extracurricular going on with them, and you felt it like yourself. Like you definitely felt like some sort of power affect you.
Yeah.
Dash and Des, I'd like you to make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh my
Of course, happy to.
Oh no, how long does it go for?
7. Okay.
16.
Okay. Misha, your save is like 15, right? Or 15 or 16?
It was 19.
No. I mean your spell save DC.
Oh,
Is I think 15.
Okay. Des, this sort of like whatever weird
16. Sorry.
16, yes. Still, Des, whatever weird effect that you're feeling, seems to subside. However, Dash, I'd like you to please,
I did. I got a 1.
Oh, you got a 1. Amazing. Incredible.
Do I feel this magic like coming from me, or it's coming from the trinket?
Yeah, you feel it coming from the trinket.
Yeah. Okay.
Dash, you fucking sprint as fast as you can. You use your action to just fucking run southeast. You just fucking bolt.
Later.
What in the goddamn hell is happening to my party? What is going on?
Oh yeah, it's. I don't know why I started using your accent. Sorry.
Southern accents are really infectious, you guys. As I will yeah, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not gonna try to ask anything right now. Let's say, I think something may be affecting our minds.
Not everybody's minds. Why's not mine getting hit by it? What's happening to all y'all?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Hannah.
It is coming from this trinket. I've been observing it for a while now.
What?
Oh,
You just sitting and watching some evil item make us attack each other? What is this?
I mean, nothing really bad has happened.
Give me that. Let me see it.
He's getting some exercise.
What?
I did stab Triss a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, but only a little bit. It's okay.
Dash, make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
I'm sure it's an option.
I'm gonna use my other d20 actually. Let me.
Dude, try.
22.
Okay,
There you
yes.
go.
I should have known.
After getting about 60 feet away from the rest of the group, you sort of stop slowly as you come to a halt on your sprint and just sort of shake your head a bit. And you're like, "Achoo!" You sneeze. And you're like, "Oh shit, I'm good." And like whatever feeling that you had seems to have walked away.
I'm gonna start jogging back like, oh, that was a nice little run. How's everyone else doing?
Misha, did you hand me the trinket a second ago when I asked for it?
Sure.
All right. If you did, I would have taken it and just pitched it as far away as I could throw it.
Yeah, sure. You take a small, what essentially looks like, if anybody's familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you take what looks like a little Potara earring, except it's entirely black instead of like a, like an orange situation. And you just fucking launch it across the plains of the province of Amel. And, go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay.
See how far you fling it.
Not that far. 13.
No, you throw it pretty far. I mean, like, unless you would have rolled like under a 5, then it probably would have only gone like maybe 10 feet. But you fucking launch this thing, and it just disappears out of eye shot relatively quickly.
Quit holding on to weird haunted shit. This is bad news.
It's not haunted. It's spontaneous arcana.
Oh, great. More about the spontaneous. If I gotta
It's
hear
the
you.
first time I've noticed it.
When have you, Des? When have you experienced spontaneous arcanum?
I've never experienced it. Misha's talking about it from time to time.
Oh,
I heard him mention it before. You've never heard him talk about this? He goes on spiels about it about every other day.
listen, I know Misha is very smart, but I'm very handsome, and I do not have time to listen to him talk.
Great point.
Hey, Triss, how are you doing?
Great. I'm gonna start bandaging myself up.
What are you doing over there? And I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna use healing word. But the thing that I say is you're gonna get 8 HP back. We're like, oh, he didn't even really get you. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I give a little wink.
I'm gonna continue to bandage up the business meal.
I can help with that if you like, Triss. I'm very sorry.
Nah, it's fine. Gaxel, it's fine. I can do it.
All right.
Very good. Well, that was a fun wild magic surge. We haven't had one of that level of chaos in a bit, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I like how I saved and yet I was the one who got hurt.
You got. You got.
Congratulations. You're a victim now.
It's very good. All right. So after that, you continue the trek forward, and after another hour or so of travel, you eventually find your way onto the let's see, this would be the southwestern this would be the southwestern Nolidian trade route, which makes its way through the province of Amil, through the province of Cradle, and then all the way out into the province of the Blackwell. That sort of spans a good portion of the continent itself and the country. From here, Gaxel, I would like you to roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Don't add anything. Just give me a d20.
Ooh.
3.
Okay. And now I'd like you to roll a d6, please.
D6. Also a 3.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay, cool. Sorry, my face is super itchy. Okay, so you guys eventually begin to travel down the southwestern Nolidian trade route for some time. At some point, you dig into your rations and whatnot. You keep moving, hoping to get to Shadeglen by at least just before nightfall. Misha and Dash. As you all are traveling down the roadway, and you haven't seen really anyone throughout the entire time that you've been traveling, specifically on the trade route, which is not entirely out of the ordinary. You've only been traveling down the trade route maybe for another 2 or so hours of the day. But, perhaps you'd expect something by now, but you do notice down the way, maybe some X 100 feet or so, there seems to be someone, just sort of pitched off to the side of the road. Some sort of, the remnants of a little campfire, a little bit of smoke pillowing into the sky. And you notice that they might have some sort of a steed with them, like a horse or something like that. It's several hundred feet away. You just begin to make it out. It might even be a mile away or so. You can't really tell from here, but you just begin to make it out before the rest of your group seems to notice them.
Looks like somebody's up ahead.
Yeah, it looks like they've got a fire going.
They're right on the side of the road, you said, right?
Yeah, not too far off the road.
Is there any
Shall we approach avoid them?
Are there any trees or anything around the road, or it's just
here it's
dusty?
Pretty open. Yeah, here it's pretty dusty. You're getting towards the northwestern portion of Amil, and around here it's pretty barren. It's pretty hilly around here, and then it begins to flatten out, and you're reaching the point where it starts to flatten out, and where it does, it sort of becomes not entirely Nevada-y, but pretty close. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. So there's just some smoke billowing. Is there any banners or any iconography or anything?
Not that you can see from here.
Okay. I'll have I'll have my little white weasel start running ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
I'm gonna actually also go around front as well.
Okay.
Just to be the first one to interact with this person.
Sure.
Let me see if I can. Is there any like way I could stay hidden? It's not that dark yet, is it?
It's not that dark, but you could probably hide yourself behind Gaxel or like maybe on the rump side of Kevin.
Yeah, sure. I'll stay hidden.
Yeah.
Rump
Go ahead and give
side.
me a stealth check.
The rum side of Kevin is my favorite Pink Floyd album.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys let me name this thing.
I think Gaxel would actually just not like care what
Yeah.
You can call him Kevin if you want.
I think you got first dibs. I think this would happen. It's like pulling a gun.
I absolutely jumped in.
I got a 29.
29.
Said.
Sal, out of curiosity,
Yes.
this campfire they have, would it be considered a small campfire?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. Good to know. Yeah, you begin to approach. Misha, eventually your white weasel gets within, pretty close proximity to him, maybe about 300, 200 feet away. Is there anything you'd like to do or have your weasel do?
I'd like to observe through my weasel's eyes, please.
All right, you do so. As the weasel begins to approach, go ahead and make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As the weasel begins to approach, you can see that the mount that is off to the side of the road, just sort of standing around next to the small fire, is what looks to be a black horse, and saddled and bridled and everything, with little bits of pouches and whatnot on the saddle itself. And the person that seems to be off to the side of the road, enjoying some sort of meat. Looks to be maybe like a fish on a stick or something like that. Seems to be relatively small. Some sort of small folk. Wearing what seems to be like a little bit of studded leather. Some type of like hardened leather with little bits of studs on them. And they do seem to be armed. Seems to be just sort of like a couple small scabbards on their hips. And it's just sort of seated. You do notice that he does seem to sort of acknowledge the weasel approaching it, and then like looking beyond the weasel, beyond your point of view, out to what you assume to be you all, and doesn't seem to be bothered. They have a sort of like deep red skin and like gnarled scars around their neck and cheek, slightly pointed ears, jet black, balding head of like half hair on like the back and the sides, just sort of scraggly and a little bit greasy that falls onto their shoulders. A relatively gnarled disposition as well.
This guy fucks, for sure.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna have Yvonne sort of like hop up on his little hind legs and just kind of like beg for a little piece of meat.
Okay. Yvonne begs a little bit. Go ahead and make a persuasion check through Yvonne.
I'm sure he's got like a plus, I don't know, 10 or 12 or something.
Of course.
Million.
That is a natural 11.
Woohoo.
Natural 11. We can add 2 to that, so we'll say 13.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a persuasive weasel.
That's a persuasive weasel, motherfucker.
That's what the ladies say.
He, this
Ladies
individual
love
looks
my little
down.
white weasel.
The individual looks down at Yvonne. Takes another bite of the fish on a stick. holds it down to him, lets him nibble on it.
Nice. I let everybody know. I describe him visually, and I also let him know that seems like a nice guy.
Should we go say hello?
Yeah, why not? Maybe he'll shave over.
Why not?
All right.
Staying out here tonight?
You're still a couple 100 feet away there, Tris.
She's just practicing.
I tried to get closer.
Yeah, I'll head towards the man or the person.
Sure. Once you get close enough, the individual holds up their hand. Well met, strangers. Passing through the trade routes, I see.
That's right.
Absolutely. A
Wonderful.
pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. Do you have your toll for the monarchy?
Of what?
For safe passage through the trade routes. You pay the taxes and whatnot as you travel so that they can maintain the roads and keep them all safe and all that jazz. It's another sort of toll stop before you make your way forward.
There's no like building here, right? It's just a guy.
No, it's literally just him.
That's so funny, because we were just sent out here as toll officers. We were going to ask you for the same thing.
Make a deception check, yes, at disadvantage.
I was gonna say, can I at least like insight check? Like this feels like a lie.
You can insight check and dash.
Thank you.
Can I as well?
You can
You said
insight
at
check as well,
disadvantage?
Gaxel. Disadvantage persuasion, or disadvantage deception, yes.
22 for that insight check.
And a 9 for the deception. And what?
Yeah,
what,
9
Gax?
for deception.
Okay, 9 for deception and
I got a 13 on my insight.
13 on your insight. Gotcha. For future reference, just real quick, I will ask for your answers. Just hold on.
Apologies.
No worries. No problem. It's just that way no one's talking over it. I don't have to ask many times. Okay, so firstly, Dash, you guys have traveled on the trade routes before, and that's not a fucking thing. Gaxel, same thing. You haven't been too versed in Nelidian culture that much, but you know that you've literally never had to do that before. Das, while this person seems to be serious about this, you don't put too much gusto behind your words, and he notes your sarcastic view of the situation, and he just sort of he says, "You'll have to forgive me. Sorry, it's I understand this type of thing is not the most the easiest thing to deal with. I understand, but it's a simple toll. It'll just be 5 copper on your way, and it helps keep the roads all safe and upkept and whatnot. So, don't shoot the messenger, shoot the king. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go up to this individual and just kind of like a little bit.
Did you hear this man just say shoot the king?
I thought I heard him say shoot the king.
That's a strange thing to say in the middle of the meeting, bro.
And he just sort of cocks an eyebrow and just says, "Are you from around here?" I mean, that's a common phrase.
Ooh, unlucky king. Sucks.
Listen, my good friend, my good sir. I'll be honest. At first, I presumed this to be a lie. But if you're only asking for 5 copper, I mean, it wouldn't even be a good grift. I drop 5 copper, doing whatever. Do we care about paying this, whether it's real or not? Really?
I'd rather not pay him.
Look, I don't mind, but man, you could have just been honest. Everybody's got to make a living somehow. We get it. It is what it is. Definitely, you can have what?
A 2.5 silver total?
If you'd like. We're not mad about it. Look, we get it. Do your thing. And
Listen,
for the next step.
I do want to like kind of just listen, man. Assuming that this isn't just a brand new thing that we've happened to never heard of, I'm sure you've got your people around. I've obviously got these four and me as well. We're all very seasoned warriors. Do yourself a favor, man. If you're gonna risk your life like this, ask for a little more, at least a silver each, right?
And he sort of dusts his lap off. And he stands up. And he reaches maybe up to your waist in height. A short individual. And he looks up at you, Dash, and he says, "Folk that come down this road would be lucky to have 5 copper in their pockets. But you and your swaggering friends seem to scoff at the reality of so many on the outskirts of the monarchy. So, in order to be fair in our taxation, why don't we call it 5 gold pieces each then? And you can be on your way."
I'm gonna go ahead and crouch down, and I'll say, "Well, I'll tell you what, sir, my good friend, if you will. How about we don't pay you, and you live to see the night?"
Make an intimidation check.
Now we're the assholes.
11. I rolled
11?
a 2.
He just sort of... Well, I see you are evading your taxes that are rightfully owed to the monarchy, are you not?
Do you have some sort of proof you're from the monarchy? I'll happily give you 5 copper if you're from the monarchy.
The price is no longer copper, my
Oh.
friend. The price
What is it?
is your life. And he slips
Oh.
his hand from his hip and attempts to attack you. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
The fuck?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. I'm just going to throw this on real quick. Yes, there we go. Cool. Making sure that's happening. Chat, let me know if the music has changed and it's tight. Okay. So, first and foremost, that hits. So, you... I need to pull up the stats. I am gonna... That's not what I want. I have to do it on my phone because there's so much going on the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay. You suffer... Oh my god. Great.
Wait, look at
What?
the chat, look at the chat.
I can't see the chat. What just happened?
Serenity Libs redeemed, screw the DM.
Screw the DM. Well,
Yeah, but it was after you rolled to hit me.
I'll definitely do that on his next D20
Yeah.
round. But thank you for letting me know. Okay, you suffer 7 points of slashing damage as he cuts into your waist, and his blade, as it digs in to your flesh, you feel like a weird vibration and a rumbling before a second burst of some sort of energy slashes at you. You suffer an additional 6 points of force damage.
Ooh.
And because you don't have like a it doesn't matter. Actually, okay, no, we won't say that. Yeah, an additional point, additional 6 points of force damage. I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Love to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't forget your D8.
I'm without the D8. I'm already at 25.
Amazing.
Holy
Oh, make that 31.
Incredible.
Jesus. I'm just. Oh.
Gotta
Gaxel?
write it down.
12. And I think my code is act on my initiative.
Yes. Misha?
18.
Des?
8.
And Triss?
27.
27. Very nice. Okay, Dash. After this random brigand seems to have attacked you for not paying him the king's ransom, please start your turn.
Okay.
Triss, you're up next.
I take the slice of. Oh, I see you've chosen death. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers on him. Go ahead and give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That is going to be, I think that's a natural 1.
The DC is 16, so that does fail.
Okay.
So he is going to take 8 psychic damage, and he's gonna use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay. You loose the spell against him to warp his mind and get him to flee from you. And for a moment, you feel the spell sink into him. And as soon as the spell connects, you feel it snap and dissipate as he seems to shrug off whatever effect that was going to seep its way into him. But through some bit of mythical resistance, he is able to hold himself against it.
Alright, that's fine. With the bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and say, he's got some sort of magical protection, but don't worry, Des, I'm sure he can't protect against a punch in the face, and you will take inspiration from that.
Yeah. A bardic is a D6.
It's a D8 for me.
Nice. That's awesome.
Love that. Is that the end of your turn, Dash?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, this individual, this brigand, is going to use one of his legendary actions, and he is going to flip his blade, and he's going to attack you once more, Dash. That is...
Before you tell me, I'm going to use cutting words. Before you attack me, I'm using cutting words, which does mean I get to expend a die and withdraw. Subtract 7 from whatever you roll.
Okay. That's only going to be a 5 to hit then, as he dips under and attempts to slash you once again.
Okay.
Going to miss, obviously. Alrighty. That's going to bring us to Triss's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out behind Mr. Froggo friend here, which I've been hiding behind.
Okay.
My knife him.
You knife
Wait,
him.
how far away is he?
From you, he is, I'd say, 20 feet.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's see.
Perfect.
Well, that's less perfect. 11.
11 to hit. Unfortunately, that is going to miss. As you attempt to slash at him, he is very, very quick, and he dips out of the way.
Okay, well, as my reaction, what is it? Bonus action?
Okay.
I'm gonna mind knife him again.
You can bonus action attempt to knife him again. Go for it.
I rolled a lot better this time. 19.
19 hits.
Nice.
I think I do less damage on my second one.
You do. You do not
Yeah,
add.
I do 4.
Yes.
Do I get sneak attack? That's the words.
Sneak attack.
Or because I haven't hit him yet? Or
I don't believe
I'm
that's how it
5 feet
works.
from him. I'm 5 feet from him, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You would get sneak attack if your ally is within 5 feet of him. So yes, you would.
And I'm pretty friendly towards you, so.
Yes.
well, at least you're not Gaxel. You didn't like stab me.
If I actually realized that attack should have been a disadvantage because with the lance, if you attack within 5 feet, it has disadvantage.
Okay, so that's 7 for the attack. Just getting that
7 points of damage on the attack.
on just the regular attack,
Okay.
and then 13 with the super.
So 20 total. All right. You slash into him, and you do wound him pretty heavily. And he. Oh, you're going to put up a fight now. Very cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Triss. At the end of your turn, he's going to use another one of his legendary actions, and he's actually going to shift from you, Dash, and he sidesteps behind you. And in the sort of open plains of the northwesternmost portion of the province of Amil, the sun is pretty high in the sky, casting long, deep, thick shadows on the ground of all of you. And he steps behind you, Dash, and one of his feet steps into your shadow, and his body disappears. And he reappears directly behind Triss in the middle of her shadow. That is the end of his legendary action. Misha, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to try to hit him with a sapping sting. It's a concentration. I'm sorry. It's a Constitution save.
Constitution saving throw. Sounds good. That is going to be a 16.
It just saves.
Okay.
So nothing happens.
Okay.
I will also. I don't know how many legendary resistances he has. I think what I'm going to do then is just quicken spell, meta magic, to cast the warp spell as a bonus action, which makes it Triss's turn again. Yay!
Whoa! Triss!
Whoa!
Misha grabs the atmosphere around him and turns it like a dial as you suddenly feel a spark of energy as the world slows down around you, and you feel an opportunity to make a strike against this brigand.
And that's it.
Triss, it is your turn.
Is it a full turn?
You get
It's
a full turn.
yeah.
You now move in the initiative right after Misha.
Okay. Well, with that, he's right in front of me, so I'm gonna. I cannot hide because I'm right there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll pull one of my real daggers out from my hip and I'll just undercut.
Shank
shiv
him? Go for it.
Stay up him. Stay up him.
Stabby. Oh, that's a good stabby. That's gonna be 27.
27 definitely hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage as you stab into him. Very good. Gaxel.
Yes. So I have my lance out, and I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor. Oh.
Can I use my bonus action?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I always forget that you do a wield.
No, I'm gonna disengage
Oh.
and zip away from him as fast as I can.
Okay. You step beyond him.
Maybe on the other side of the toad if I can.
Yeah, sure.
But
And you
I
shift
only
around
got
the other
30
side of the
feet.
toad.
Yeah.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
That's it.
Gaxel.
So yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself, and that
Okay.
will also actually, believe if I'm reading this right, it'll also affect my steed, my toad.
Okay.
With Find Steed, any spell that you cast that targets only you also can. Well, while bound on your steed, you can make any spell you cast that targets only you also target your steed. Now, does that mean any spell I cast, it gets cast on both of us, or does that mean
Correct.
all I can? Okay.
Yes.
Make sure I understand. Okay. So yeah, I'm casting Divine Favor as a bonus action. I'm gonna get within 10. I have reach, and actually my opponent has reach too. So I'm gonna get within 10 feet of the dude.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to attack him with my lance.
Go for it.
That's a 8 to hit.
8 unfortunately misses.
Okay. Second attack.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Actually,
Hmm.
he's going to use his reaction to parry this attack, and he's going to reduce the hit by 5, bringing it down to 16.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, as he turns, he brings one of his blades up and blocks the strike against him, and just sort of turns and looks at you, nods, and marks a couple other ones, specifically looking over to Misha. He seems to mutter something under his breath. Triss and Dash so far, as he sort of gets his bearings and holds his 2 blades out in front of him.
I'm afraid you made a terrible mistake. The toad's going to attack as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 4 to hit, so it'll be. That's 23 to hit.
23 hits.
All right, so the toad. I assume it's like his tongue shooting out.
Sure.
Let me get the.
Love
okay.
Love that.
Well, that's great.
Love a toad tongue. So that's going to be 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus 3 acid damage. I'm sorry,
Okay.
poison damage. Poison damage.
Okay.
And the target is grappled. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained, and the toad can't bite another target.
Okay. Sounds good. The tongue lashes out and wraps around this individual and stings. The ichor of the tongue seeps into his wound, and he. You're gonna have to do better than that.
I intend to.
I love it. That is the end of your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Oh, you know what?
It is-
Actually, there's
Okay.
actually more damage because the divine strike, or the divine favor.
Okay.
That's an additional d4. That's 3 radiant.
3 points of radiant damage. Sounds good. Alrighty, it's going to bring us to the individual's turn. He is going to use his bonus action, and he actually just plants his foot behind him, and his body vanishes, and it reappears behind Misha as he emerges from Misha's shadow, and he's going to make 3 attacks against you, Misha.
3.
3, yes.
That first one, I'm gonna go ahead and use cutting words again. Oh wait, I can't until my
It
turn.
is
Never
the
mind.
same round, unfortunately. So, he's going to make 3 attacks against you, Misha. First one is going to be pretty low, 14.
Okay, that's a miss.
Okay. Second one is going to be higher this time, 23.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast the shield spell.
Okie dokie.
So that will turn that into a miss.
Okay. And then last one is going to be a 14.
That's a miss.
Alrighty. He slashes out once. You slip to the side. Second time, he goes directly for your throat as you throw up the shield and it bounces off. He tries to slip under you, but the shield extends down to the bottom and it blocks him once more. And he just sort of, I knew you would be tricky. And yeah, he uses bonus action. Those were his actions. Yeah, that's the end of his turn. That's going to bring us to Desperado, and then Dash, you're on deck.
All right. As I go to attack him, I would like to say, little man, don't get me wrong, I'm impressed, but what made you think you could take on 5 grown adults and a giant toad? And then I'd like to hit him with an axe.
You can certainly try.
Well,
And-
natural 20.
And
Okay.
an adorable weasel.
Great
course.
point. Can't
All right.
forget the adorable weasel.
Go ahead and first roll damage.
Mm-hmm. The damage will be... Hang on. I'm going to
Okay.
read it. Because when I roll a 20 on my attack roll with this magic weapon, the target takes an extra 7 damage. So, was this already calculated in? I don't know. Yes. 21.
21. Did it? So if you rolled in D&D Beyond and you crit,
I
did
did.
it automatically double your damage? Because I don't want it to do that.
It didn't. It doubled one of the dice.
Okay, so I don't want it to do that.
Hmm.
Do you
Go ahead
have
and roll damage and clear it.
Do you have dice on you?
Yeah, or now that it's cleared, I can just re-roll it regular.
Okay, yeah, do
Or I
that.
just re-roll it all.
Yeah, because we need to roll a d6
Well, you
to
get
see what
that-
the critical effect is.
The extra thing. Extra
Well,
for your
you-
weapon, though.
You rolled an 8 and a 6.
All right.
On your
So-
dice.
So I should pick either the 8 or the 6, or Sal should pick for me.
I would like
Or
you to
you-
just. I would like you to
Okay.
just roll again, please. Just roll again regularly.
Let's do... Ooh, it's less now. 9.
Okay, and then you're adding 7 to that.
That's already been added.
I don't know how it could already be added because you're re-rolling in a different way, right?
So now
But-
it's just 1d8 instead of 2d8s.
Correct, and then you
Well,
add
ma-
7. You add your bonus, and then you add 7 on top of that.
Oh my Christ, I assumed that the 7 was the, like, special thing. I assumed that was being calculated in.
All right, I lost you at the end there. So you roll a d8, yes? Or what is
Yeah.
or what is it? Okay, so roll a d8. Tell me what's on the dice.
I did. It was a 2.
Okay, 2. Now, what is your damage modifier?
7.
Okay, so you get +7 to your damage.
Yes.
Okay, so 9, and then you get an additional 7 from the vicious battle axe. Okay,
16.
so 16 points of damage. Great. Now please roll a d6.
I will. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. That's why I would prefer that you all manually roll the dice instead of use D&D Beyond. So
fair.
3. Okay, great. He's going to make a Constitution saving throw. That's going to be 16. So you're going to deal max damage on the dice. So instead of the 2 that you rolled, it's going to be 8. So it's going to go from 16 to 22. Okay? Nothing in addition to that happens because he saved. But you deal 22 points of slashing damage to him, okay?
Amazing.
Great.
Thank you.
No problem. Do you have a second attack?
I do.
Go for
Because you
it.
can attack twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn. I will do that. Oh, 19.
This is learning Dungeons and Dragons with someone who's been playing Dungeons and Dragons for over 2 years.
I'm
Great.
playing a new class.
Yeah. Oh, the easiest class in the entire game. Yes, for sure.
I am
Doing
taking
something
it.
that she's been doing the entire time she's been playing. All right, so
You know how they used to make those like exercise VHS tapes that you could like have in your home, and like you would watch the VHS tapes, and there would be like 20 people doing the exercises regular, and then there'd be one like sort of doing the baby version if you wanted to do like
Yep.
like a low key version in the
Yep.
background. That's
It's perfect.
Me.
I
I'm
love
the
it.
like Laura of this exercise tape.
It's great. It's so good. All right, so what did you get to hit?
So a 19 to hit.
Okay, great. That's amazing. So that's gonna hit.
It is. I agree. I'm gonna deal some damage. I'd like to deal 12 damage, please.
Yes, you do so.
Thank you.
Okay, great. You slash into him, and he's suffering all of these blows. And Des, go ahead and make a insight check for me as you
Ooh,
strike
I
against him
will.
like this.
Thank you. 13?
13. You start to notice that the blood that comes out of his body, it almost excites him. You could see the demeanor on his face start to turn and twist as he grows from what originally seemed like a run-of-the-mill, road thief or mugger into this twisted, more psycho, maddened visage. That is the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action to just make an attack against you, Desperado.
Okay.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Let me do a warding maneuver on that.
Whoa! Go for it.
I'm gonna roll a d8 and see what happens. Let's see. Subtract 6. Meaning...
Subtract a d6.
No, I rolled a d8 and I rolled a 6 on it. So we gotta subtract 6 from your attack.
Nice. So
Ooh.
that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That's going to miss.
Nice. He slashes out against you, and you parry and sort of sweep it away. And he just sort of, like, he's not even really responding to any of these things anymore. His twisted face just grows and grows with every bit of resistance that you all provide against him. Dash, it is your turn.
All right, everybody. I haven't done this before, so keep an eye out. You guys got this, and I give like a little wink to Gaxel for another use of my bardic inspiration.
I try to lean back and just like,
Yeah, just horrifying. I love it.
Blink one eye at a time.
Now watch this. I'm about to go. Shit! There's a huge puff of smoke, and where Dash once stood is now a giant ape.
Amazing. Incredible. I love it. Just a slobbering
Excited for this.
giant ape ready to throw down.
I am now technically huge.
All right. Amazing.
That is my
your-
turn for now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh wait,
Oh.
I do want to use my movement to get closer to this guy.
Okay. Do you want to get right up on him? You can do that.
Yeah, I got 40 speed now.
Yeah, you get
yes,
right up
I do
on
want to get all up in his biz.
Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty, that is the end of your turn. Because it is a new round, he's going to use his regained legendary actions at the end of your turn. He's going to spend 2 of them. This time, he's going to step into the extraordinarily large shadow that you now cast, and he's going to disappear into it now that you've walked up onto him. And once again, he's going to reappear. Actually, no. This time he's going to reappear behind Desperado because of how hard you hit him before. And he is going to he's going to make an attack against you. And this is going to be shadow empowered. because of how large that shadow that he stepped into was.
Oops. Oh well.
Is Desperado sitting next to me or no?
No.
Okay.
Triss was next to you. Okay, Desperado. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Let's try another warding maneuver.
Go for it.
Thanks. Subtract 6 again.
6, that goes down to a 17.
That'll miss.
That'll miss. All right. Yeah, he goes to stab into you, and once again, you parry it out of the way.
Little man, leave me alone. You're not gonna hit.
Misha, it is your turn. Triss, you're up next.
I'll go for a hold person.
Okay. Sounds
Let's
good.
say wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that was really high. That is... Oh, he doesn't have a wisdom saving modifier. Probably shouldn't have told you that, but that's still an 18.
I'll chronal shift to re-roll.
Okay. You use your reaction to chronal shift.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
Sweet. Okay.
R.I.P., brother. Sorry. I wish
That's
I
all
was
good,
rolling...
man.
Honestly, I'd much rather roll those on fucking attacks because I can't legendary resist missing fucking attacks. So these are wasted. If it's up to me, they're fucking wasted. So
I get it.
that is your action.
Yeah. I will. I mean, he hasn't really even like hurt anybody yet, right?
I
Not
got a pretty good stab.
Yeah, he stabbed Dash, but he hasn't. There have been a couple things that you've been seeing happen that he's been barely missing on, and you're kind of in the realm of like, damn, like he could attack 3 times in like in the span of 6 seconds, and luckily I was able to get a shield out. Or hey, that attack that he almost hit Des with looked like it probably would have hurt a lot because of whatever weird black shadowy thing around his blade was going on.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I will. Yeah, this be done.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action for this round, and he's going to try to attack you one more time, Des.
oh great.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a 12.
Ah, suck it.
And this time you don't even need to use a reaction. You just fucking take a step to the side, and yeah, he fucking misses. Gaxel, you're up.
All
Or
right.
excuse me, so sorry.
Nope.
No. Because of Misha's previous spell, it puts Triss right after him in the initiative. Triss, you're up. Gaxel, you're on deck.
Not sure where he is in relation to me and the frog, but I want to bonus action hide behind the frog.
You can certainly bonus action hide behind the frog. He's now right up on and behind Desperado.
Okay, and I'm gonna peek out and with a psychic. That was an easier word than I
I'm
thought.
gonna peek out with a psychic. Sounds good.
Psychic blade, little mind nail.
You got it.
Right on Anna. That is 21.
21. He is going to use his reaction to increase his AC by 5, and he's going to parry that psychic blade out of the air.
Motherfucker. That is gonna be it. I used my bonus action.
Alrighty, Gaxel, you're up.
All right. I'm going to get 10 feet away from him, and I'm going to attack with my lance.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah. Go ahead and well, actually, okay. It's probably better to just roll the d6 first instead of the damage. So
Okay.
roll d6 first. Let's see.
All right. D6, I got a 1.
A 1. Okay, very cool. So, I am going to roll a Constitution saving throw. He passes. That is going to be like a 14. Actually, no. I don't know. That's why I wanted to roll it afterwards. I don't know yet. So he rolls a 14. Please roll damage, and Yeah, just roll your total damage.
Okay. I'm gonna make this a divine smite as well.
Okay.
With a full slot. So we're looking at 6. I guess we piercing damage from the lance.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got from the divine favor. We've got 1 radiant damage from that.
Okay.
And if he's a fiend, it's going to deal extra damage.
Okay.
Is that the case or no?
He is not a fiend.
Okay. So that's going to be slot, and I'm going to roll 2d8, which is going to be 12 radiant from the divine smite.
Okay. And then what was that's in addition to what?
So
how
it
much
was
that was-
six piercing, and then a total of 13 radiant.
Okay, so then 19 total.
Yes.
Okay. He does succeed on the Constitution saving throw then. Great. Yeah, you pierce through, and it strikes into him. Unfortunately, there isn't an additional effect because he saved against the Constitution saving throw. However, I will say rolling a 1 on the d6 for the critical strike is arguably the most devastating one if they fail their save. So
Gotcha.
That's a good one to roll. So
Okay. Second attack.
okay,
It's 14 to hit.
14 unfortunately misses.
Okay. And Toad's gonna attack.
Alrighty.
That's almost certain. That's 7 to hit.
7's gonna miss as well. The tongue lashes out, and this time he's ready for it as he steps to the side. And
Okay.
Alrighty.
That is me.
Alrighty, that's gonna bring us back to him. And at this point, he sort of looks around really quick, and he just sort of one of you will be mine. And he is going to sidestep behind you, Desperado, and he's going to disappear into your shadow. And he's going to pop up behind... Man. All right, I'll be a little transparent with you guys. When I wrote how this guy fights, I did write that he is, like, very tactical. And, like, because he's a legendary creature and, like, all this different stuff. And should you ever understand his backstory and stuff like that, it would make sense. So in my head, I know exactly what he should do.
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
I'm just kind of like, man, if this works, because he knows now that he's like figured out a couple things that you guys have been doing and like your battle styles and stuff. He also knows the extent of like what you can do like within a certain period of time, right? Like I'm trying not to metagame so much that it's like, all right, I know this round only this has happened, but he's a very smart individual and very battle tactical. So he is going to reappear behind Misha as he reappears behind in the shadow. He's going to make all three attacks.
A little bit stretch that he would be like, oh, he can only do that once per 6 seconds, but it's all good.
Hey, if you like I said, if you want to argue against it, I totally understand, and I will roll for him to attack someone else. Like,
No,
so
I
don't mind.
honestly don't care. You can do it.
Okay, sounds good. He does like he. This is why I haven't been doing it like off the rip. It has taken like a round or two for him to understand like, oh, you used shield last time, blah blah blah, this stuff, and you used a couple other spells. He understands how spellcasters work. Like that's a known thing for him. So
Sure.
all right, he's going to make 3 attacks against you.
Cool.
If I could even roll anything close to good, that's going to be a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Yep. Second one. It's going to be a 13 to hit.
Miss.
And the third one, that is going to be a 19 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. So he's going to stab you. Unfortunately, because it's one attack, it's probably not going to do that much damage anyways. and he didn't. Oh, that's max damage, so that's fine, but it's still not that much. You suffer 10 points of slashing damage, and an additional 1 point of force damage as the blade carves into you.
I'm sorry to interrupt this.
Yes.
We do have a wild magic surge coming.
A wild magic surge common. Also, I completely forgot off the top of my head. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna wild magic surge, but that last attack I'm gonna re-roll because I never did screw the DM from like right when the combat started. So gonna re-roll. That was a it's another 13. So that last attack actually misses you, Misha. So he misses 3 times against you again, and then now. Okay. Desperado. You feel the pendant that Pendrag once gave you around your neck start to vibrate and begin to sort of erupt in a burst of energy. I'd like you to please make a D100 roll.
What's that? Let's see. Literally 5 out of 100.
Oh, how exciting.
What the fuck?
It happens.
Oh, yes.
Uh-oh. What's happening, Sal?
Oh no! Oh no!
What is it?
In an unoccupied space, almost directly next to you, as this burst of arcane energy erupts, a small little cubic box appears out of nowhere, and a tiny arm pops out. Another limb expounds out of the box as 2 legs stomp onto the ground, and 2 eyes just appear out of the side of one of the boxes as 2 fluttering wings, one of the arms holding a tiny little spear, as a tiny little weird oblong mouth appears out of one of the other sides of the box, and it just sort of, I have been summoned, as a Modron appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of
It
you.
feels like such in like MCU, like hurt you guys needed my help.
Yep. Jenna, go ahead and have the Modron make an attack roll against this individual.
What would I roll for that?
Just roll a d20.
Okay.
Do you have the motor on stats, Sal? Or
I got it, yeah.
Rolled it. It was an 11 on the die.
11, that's going to be a 15 to hit, and that's going to miss. But after the Modron appears, the individual just sort of stops for a second, looks around at now, like, even more things going on, and just after, like, bursts of arcane shit, he's unable to hit this, like, seemingly, like, defenseless spellcaster, and, like, nothing is going this guy's way. And he just sort of, like, this isn't worth my time. And he's going to use 3 legendary actions before the round is up. And he is going to step into the large ape's shadow and just poof, disappear. And the air grows still around you all.
Straw that broke the camel's back.
Uh-huh. The Modron that broke the camel's back, for sure. And I think we're going to end the session there. Badron has returned. Badron has returned.
Badron saved us, you guys.
I cannot fucking believe that that's the, 3rd or 4th time that this fucking Modron has showed up. It's ridiculous. I love it.
We love him.
I wasted my polymorph, asshole.
Hey man, hey, it was a good call, brother. Too many things happened by the time the round finished up for him to want to stick
You can
around.
stay for a while if you want. It's fine.
It's not a wild shape. I don't actually have my my same like
Mental stats.
yeah.
Yeah, he is a wild ape now.
Yeah. Which I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be able to do now that I'm thinking about it because I have to concentrate on the spell.
No, you can. I think it says that you keep your you can keep your personality
You retain
Yeah.
your alignment and personality.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't immediately become like a ravenous T-Rex or whatever.
No.
You're
Yeah.
still you, but
You understand your
yeah, you are
allies.
less charismatic.
Okay.
Yes, which is funny.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 4 of Cold Cold Hearts. Now, you might be wondering, now that it's the end of this episode, and you're thinking to yourself, but Sal, you said there was only going to be 5 episodes of Cold Cold Hearts. This doesn't seem like it's anywhere close to being wrapped up, with the end goal of it being hopefully they fight and kill Pendrag or something like that. And you're goddamn right. This is just, it's so much fun, and we've been enjoying these characters for quite a bit. I want to see this, story come to fruition with however long that it takes. So we're going to be sticking with this story for however long the characters and the players need to accomplish their immediate goal. And because it is within the same, universe and the exact same timeline, the exact same kingdom and continent, just on the other side of it, I think it would be fun if, I'm not going to spoil too much about what we're going to bring to the table later on, but I think it would be fun if towards the end of this story, you might end up seeing a sort of converging of timelines and experiences so that we can have many different options of play style and role playing and make for a really cool and unique experience for you guys as viewers to interact with as many characters as you've grown to love as that we have grown to love playing. So we're going to be playing through this, as long as it takes, and we're just going to be having a lot of fun role playing, playing Dungeons and Dragons, and hanging out with you guys as our viewers in our chat and everything like that. So hopefully you'll continue to join us. It was fucking kick-ass today. Sorry, towards the end of the stream, I don't know what happened on my screen. OBS just sort of decided to stop showing me chat as I'm, DMing and everything like that. But it's been super kick-ass to see you guys all here. We had a fun raid. Our friend Dom at the top stopped by and gifted subs. That was really cool. And I saw a lot of you guys jumping in, that are here all the time. So shouts out to Extra, shouts out to Fandom, shouts out to our relatively newer viewers as well. Thank you guys for joining and chatting it up and redeeming points and all that kind of stuff. Again, I don't have chat directly in front of me, so some of your names escape me. Some of your usernames escape me at the time, but you know who you are. I see you every once in a while in here. So it's super cool to see you here and hang out with us. We're going to be back next Wednesday, our same time and same place for episode 5 of Cold Cold Hearts. This episode is going to be uploaded to YouTube sometime within the next weeks. Most of the time, I believe it comes up on the Tuesday right before next episode. So, at our lovely producer Mika's leisure, they will get that to whenever they want to, and you will be blessed with this episode once again. So thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be back, like I said, next week. Same time, same place, Wednesday, Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on twitch.tv/a-little-dice. All of the VODs on YouTube. Follow us on our social medias, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. And if you haven't joined our Discord, please hop in. We hang out there all the time. We chit-chat. You can give us suggestions and ideas for the show. You can ask us questions. We hang out in there. We just saw the recent D&D 1 playtest get uploaded, so there's some feedback that we've been talking about with it's the Druid and the Paladin, right? I can't remember the other one besides Druid. So that's in there. So we talk about that if you're interested in that, and just we fuck around. You know what I mean? We have a good time. So thank you very much. We will see you next week, and we really appreciate you hanging out with us. So I'm gonna swing us on over to thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Take it easy.
All right.